more Saturday, one more set of games to decide who will head downstate and play for the IHSA State Championship in 7A. Here in Mount Greenwood, Brother Rice hosts Downers Grove North. One team's dream continues while one team's season comes to an end. Hello and welcome into a special state playoff edition of Game of the Week on the U. Alongside my broadcast partner, the coach, Jack McInerney. I'm Marshall Harris, and this is an intriguing matchup between a pair of quarterbacks that will play at the Division I level next year. For Downers Grove North, it's Owen Lansu who will head to the University of Minnesota next year. Meanwhile, for Brother Rice, CJ Gray, he's headed to West Point where he will join the Army Cadets. It seems like quarterback play could be a big factor in this one.
Well, Marshall, there's no doubt about that. Both of these quarterbacks are very poised. They're experienced quarterbacks. But in a game like this, even though you have two outstanding quarterbacks, it's going to come down to offensive line play. Will they give them enough time to show the skills that they have? We'll find out because both teams have great defensive fronts. So the offensive line is going to be a big difference tonight.
We'll see who controls the game on the ground and through the air. We get you set for kickoff. It's the 7A state semifinal between Brother Rice, Downers Grove North, and it's up next here on the Game of the Week on the U.
I was a first-generation college student, so for me and my family, trying to navigate the very complicated path of trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to afford this? What are some good colleges? What's a major to pick?
I wasn't really sure that I was going to be able to afford college, so it was just kind of deciding, like, should I really go out to college or kind of look at different avenues?
There are resources and opportunities out there, and it's being able to take advantage of them, being knowledgeable about them, and reaching out for help when it's needed.
The hotline is also really great because over the summer when your school counselors aren't there for you, they aren't working, if you have any questions, you need something answered between now and before you start your college experience, you can text that number. A real person answers. It's a real-time response, and you can get all your questions answered.
My name is Kiela.
My name is David.
I'm Lauren with the Illinois Student Assistance Commission, or ISAC for short.
Choosing to go to college was one of the most important decisions that I made, and I would never regret it.
If you want to go to college, we can help you find a way to pay for it.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can know from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Syracuse. Capture this moment and go forward together.
IHSA Football State Finals are here. Don't miss a moment of the action. Thanksgiving weekend
on the U.
Today's game is brought to you by Southern Illinois University. Imagine the possibilities, SIU Carbondale. Time now for our players to watch, sponsored by Southern Illinois University. And for Downers Grove North, it's Caden Shirelli. He's a guy who can do it on both sides of the ball, Jack.
Well, there's no doubt about it. He's a two-way player, an outstanding young man. He's also a wrestler, makes him a tough kid. That's why he can go two ways.
And then for Brother Rice, Jalen Green is a guy you're going to keep your eyes on. He'll be doing damage out of the backfield. Already 825 yards rushing and 14 rushing touchdowns.
Well, he's the guy that gives them great balance as far as their passing game. As long as he can run the ball inside the tackles, their passing game will be effective.
Time now for those were the players to watch, brought to you by Southern Illinois University. Next up, Keys to the Game, sponsored by the Illinois Student Assistance Commission. And when you talk about Downers Grove North, might want to take care of that football.
Well, they're going to have to do that because they got to eliminate explosive plays, but they have to control the clock against a good explosive offense like Brother Rice.
And then when you look at Brother Rice, they want to run the football, but they also want to be able to put pressure on the opposing quarterback.
Well, we know he's an awful good quarterback. He's going to Minnesota. They have to put pressure on him or they're in trouble. And a big factor is when you got a passing quarterback, third down is so crucial.
Those are the keys of the game, sponsored by the Illinois Student Assistance Commission. And certainly this game, Jack, is looking like one that's going to be remembered by everybody out here for a long time. I mean, you're one step away from playing for a state championship.
It's always a great memory. I've had the opportunity to coach in these games, and it's just something you don't forget about.
And looking at the crowd, this is exactly what you would expect here at Brother Rice, where they take their football very seriously. Let's take a look at the weather, sponsored by Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17. I can tell you right now, I'm inside. It's chilly out there. It's windy. Temperature 47 degrees. They're saying it's mostly cloudy. I think it's completely overcast out there.
I agree with you.
Haven't seen much sunlight today. So taking a look at Downers Grove North, Brother Rice, two teams who are one step away from a state championship. And Jack, when you talk about getting your emotions, I guess, in check in general in a game like this, you really have to play composed if you want to play your best football.
Well, you have to stay in the moment, keep the routine, and this is what is important, even during a week of practice. Keep this routine, even though it's a big game. We get here, same thing. Keep your composure, keep your poise.
So looking at other off at Downers Grove North. And for Brother Rice, the kicker, Brady Gomez, back to return. Damari Thigpen, Gavin Helpingstein. And we are just about ready to get things underway here in the 7A state semifinals. One of these teams headed to Normal. They'll get to play on a much bigger field at Illinois State University come next Saturday.
Well, you hate to start off the game by saying it could be a big play, but it's really important in these special teams that they get a decent run back. If it does not go in the end zone, to get a good run back so you have decent field position.
And you see this one go way back, and there will be no chance of return as that kickoff goes past the boundary and out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 20 for Downers Grove North, talking about a team led by a quarterback who is all set to do big things next season. He's a captain. He's played very well as a 3-year starter. And in a win earlier this season, he threw for 388 yards on 15 of 21 in a 41-28 win over York. So here we go.
He also missed 4 games early on, but he's been back for the last 6.
And the quick out here, and that pass is hauled in, completed to Max Troha, known more of a big play threat, but right there gets a positive gain, taken down on defense by Daniel Spesky.
Kind of gives you an idea of the strength of his arm, throwing from one hash mark all the way across the field to the other on a quick out. That takes a strong arm to be able to pass like that.
It's a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. So here now with a man in motion is Troha. Quickly gets it out to him. He's got some room to run, trying to weave his way towards the first down marker. He's either just short or just enough to pick up the first down and move the chains. And they will move the chains. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it's a 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Well, Troha comes in motion out here. Just a little swing pass out to the flat, but he's got that open field ability, an outstanding receiver. And this is one of the plays that Downers Grove likes to do because they get good motion there, and the linebackers can't stay with them.
Now they go to the ground game. Caden Torelli, the aforementioned, having trouble, though, finding room to run. That's a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 28.
A game like this with Brother Rice's outstanding defense, it's very important for Downers North to do well on first down. Get at least 4 yards, because to get behind the chains on a team like this that has a great defense is going to be very difficult for North.
Cameron McGee on the stop there. So much talent up front when you talk about the front 4 for Brother Rice. 3 Division I recruits with multiple offers. Some have already committed. That one intended that time for Oliver Thulin was well past it. Good coverage that time by Daniel Spesky.
Well, Thulin's another one of the two-way players that Downers Grove North has, and he's just a well-conditioned athlete, but one of the favorite receivers for Owen Lansu.
So Lansu having his issues trying to connect there, and that brings up a 3rd and long, and now they will turn that front 4 loose because it's an obvious passing down.
Well, this again is what we talked about in the open. Can the offensive line give him enough time to get the ball down the field.
This time it's Thulin in motion, trying to jump it back and reaching up with one hand, but Will Vala not able to haul it in. It'll be an incomplete pass as the Illinois commit couldn't quite get it with one hand.
A little bit of timing there. I don't think that he got out far enough, but this is something you're going to see later on in the ball game. If there's a lot of pressure from the inside four of Brother Rice, you're going to see him starting to sprint out to get away from that pressure to throw the ball down the field. He's really a good athlete. He throws the ball well on the run.
So Owen Lansu and the Trojans of Downers Grove North, they pick up one first down, but ultimately they're forced to punt here on 4th and 12 from the 28-yard line. Back to receive is Damari Thigpen. Thigpen comes up and gets a short punt, picks up at the 45, gets across midfield, takes it down inside the 40. So excellent field position upcoming for Brother Rice. It's a 15-yard return, and those are a big 15 yards.
Well, what I like was the aggressiveness of the punt receiver, and that's what you need to have on turf. You want to get that before it makes those big bounces, because you can gain another 20 yards on a punt if it hits that turf and takes the big bounce. Good aggressive play right there to give them excellent field position.
So Thigpen comes up with a big play, and now we'll see the Brother Rice offense on the field for the first time. Out of the shotgun is C.J. Gray. He's headed to the West Point Academy next year. He keeps it himself and bowling over a couple of defenders. Pickup of 9, a tone-setting first down run here for C.J. Gray.
Well, what they did is they ran motion. By running motion, they took the linebacker out of play because he had to take that running back in pass coverage, and they ran the draw up inside. Good play call early.
So now trips left for C.J. Gray. He's got Jalen Green in the backfield with him. Green gets the carry to the left side. He's got room to run. Slips past the edge and takes it all the way down to the 21-yard line. And Brother Rice comes out on the ground. We're talking about the offensive line. It's not just pass protection, but, Jack, we're seeing some dominance up front on this side of the ball.
Well, they average, Marshall, 279 pounds there, and they can run at 279 for those 5 guys, but they still run when they pull out and they run the zone scheme.
1st and 10 from the 21. It's Green again, slipping to the outside. This time stood up. Maybe a pickup of 1 on the play. So a big stop that time after 2 pretty punishing runs on their first 2 plays on this drive.
I think at this point with this possession, Downers North would be very happy if they get away with just 3 points here. That would be at the goal. If you can't stop him, obviously just give up 3 if you have to.
Here's Gray now out to his left, looking to go deep into the end zone. He's got a man, but overshoots him. That pass incomplete, intended for Javon Green Jr., the South Dakota State commit. Just out of his reach, though.
Tough play for a right-handed quarterback. You can see how he has to shuffle his body to turn his shoulders to get him square up the field. Tough throw for a right-handed quarterback rolling to the left.
So now Downers Grove North can perhaps hold Brother Rice to a field goal attempt. It's 3rd and 9 from the 20-yard line. Man in motion is Colin Goggin. This time sprinting to his right, trying to hit Goggin. That pass broken up. Nice play that time. Good defense as Caden Chirelli, a 2-way player, showing you he can get it done on both sides of the ball.
Really a big play right there, because that was a very effective play they ran on 1st down, where they ran the motion. They had him out in the flat all by himself. This is really a good effort right here by a 2-way player. And that's why he goes both ways, because a kid like that that's such a good athlete, you got to have your good players on the field both ways.
So now Gray and company will watch the special teams unit come on. And Brady Gomez, the kicker, will try to knock one through. Should be a 37-yard field goal here. This is a big chance to put points on the board first here for Brother Rice.
It is also a nice stop for Downers North, because the way they were moving the ball against them, it looked like it was going to be a real fast score.
Kick is up, and it is through with plenty of leg on it. Brady Gomez gets Brother Rice on the board. 3-0 Crusaders take a lead over the Trojans.
Well, that's a big plus for Brother Rice to get on the board right on their first possession. But on the other hand, with trying to make it a little positive for those defensive coaches, they made a good stop here, because Brother Rice was really moving the ball in that possession, and they made that big 3rd down stop to force the field goal.
Ultimately, a nice punt return that time. And then, even though they started on the opposing side of the field at the 45-yard line. They were able to hold Brother Rice that time to the field goal, and it'll be interesting to see what we have on this drive. 7 plays on that drive, 20 yards, a minute 26 off the clock. And now we've seen Gomez's foot the first time. A return seems unlikely.
I would suspect.
So Max Stroha is back there to return. Here is Gomez on the kickoff. 3-0 Crusaders lead. That one is going to skip through the end zone. It'll be 1st and 20 once again for Downers Grove North. Is there something you could take away from that first drive for the Trojans?
Yeah, that they stopped them and held them to 3 yards. Initially, on that first few possessions, it looked like they were going to march right down the field. The offensive line was really doing a nice job. The backs were running hard. On the first play, that quarterback draw was a big play. And from the looks of it, you thought, oh, they're going to score early here. But Downers North bit the bullet and stopped them on 3rd down and made them kick a field goal.
So now Owen Lansu back on the field. This time he's got trips right. And another look into the backfield where Torelli gets the quick out, and that one's batted away. I think Cameron McGee got a hand on it. It's an incomplete pass. Looked like it might have been tipped there.
That also is very close to a lateral. They run that play quite frequently, and it's a very fine line between an incomplete pass and a pitch, which would be basically a fumble.
Yeah, it was barely tipped, and early on, Cameron McGee is flashing here on defense. 6'3", 240 pounds. He's only a sophomore, but he's the top 8 player in 2028. Now the quick release and unable to haul it in that time was Vala, and he turned around and the ball was on him just a little too quick.
Part of this is going to be how much effective time does Owen Lanso have to throw the football, and that's the pressure that front 4 wants to put on him. He's an excellent pocket quarterback. He's 6'2", so he can sit in there and see down the field. They want to force him to be uncomfortable.
So here it is, 3rd and 10 from their own 20. Lansu back, pressure coming, gets rid of it, and he completes it. Oliver Thulin makes a big play downfield on the left side, and that's a 12-yard pickup.
This is a perfect example of what an effective quarterback he is. You can see he was actually sliding his feet. He was not set up, and this gives you an idea of the strong arm that he possesses. Also the poise. Had pressure, but he stayed there and shuffled the ball and got the ball downfield for a big first down for North.
No surprise he found Thulin. Thulin has been a big-time playmaker all season long. He's the all-time touchdown reception leader for Downers Grove North, and a big first down for the University of Dayton commit.
Reset.
Now the officials talking things over.
8:30. Please reset the game clock.
Conversation being had with the coaching staff.
Could be something with the clock, I believe. Sure hope it's not a rabbit on the field.
Well, you never know. Those rabbits.
Last week, folks, on the quarterfinals, we had a rabbit running around on the field in the Mount Carmel Lincoln Way East game that we had. So that's kind of an inside joke, more or less.
Yeah, no, it was great theater for the time that we had our friend Bugs or Peter Cottontail, whatever you want to ascribe to him. But a big first down opportunity here for Downers Grove North.
Yeah, he got a lot of camera time.
He got a lot of attention from those in attendance and those watching on television. The quick release, that time overshot, intercepted. That's picked off and returned down to the 35 before being taken down that time. What a play as Emir White, the South Dakota State commit, comes up with a big turnover, and that takeaway is huge. That's our move of the quarter, sponsored by Illinois Student Assistance Commission. Take another look, Coach.
Well, he just overthrew him. The turn, he got pressure up the middle on the stunt and was thrown to a spot, and the receiver wasn't there yet because of the pressure he got up front.
So Amir White gets our move of the quarter, sponsored by Illinois Student Assistance Commission, and it's 1st and 10. Now, and they're saying
15-yard penalty, first down.
And we missed the flag. We didn't see that.
Dead ball penalty against the Crusaders.
So it's a dead ball penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct, and that will move Brother Rice back to midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Off the play action. C.J. Gray scrambling, pressured, has to get rid of it. Throws it out of bounds after getting out of the pocket. Good pressure at that time.
Real nice job of putting pressure on him. Don't let him sit there. He's a good athlete. You don't want him to really scramble, but anytime you get him to scramble backwards, that's what you want to do.
That was Joe Lasota, who's the leader in tackles for Downers Grove North. C.J. Gray now 0 for 3 passing in this game. It's early. He hasn't been able to connect yet. So now 2nd and 10 from the 50. And the handoff, and lots of room this time for Jamison Davis, who picks up close to the 1st down. It'll be a 9-yard pickup, but back into Downers Grove North territory. It'll be 3rd and a very short one.
Yeah, good job of running the outside zone.
So now 3rd and 1. Given up and taken out of bounds, but not before picking up the 1st down and a whole lot more from Davis. So Davis moves the chains. It's a 14-yard pickup. And just outside of the red zone, as Brother Rice is now taking advantage of that turnover, it looks like they're in position to put more points on the board here.
Well, Davis had 2 touchdowns last week in their quarterfinal win.
Gray again hasn't completed a pass yet. Gives it to Davis one more time up the middle. Driven back that time. Good tackle there to stand him up.
Davis, the ball carrier,
maybe a pickup of 3 on the play.
First couple of plays, they did a nice job of, they were able to get outside on the outside zone, and Davis bounced the ball outside very effectively. There they tried to go inside, and nice job up front by Roman, Davis, and Vala.
Now we have a player down on the field, on the far side of the field. Looks like one of the linemen. So an injury timeout here. 3-0 early. Let's go downstairs and check in on the 3rd member of our broadcast crew, Kalia Butler. Kalia?
There's a reason why this Brother Rice team has only lost 1 game the entire season. That's because Coach Quendon Deld has a standard for them. It's by 4 pillars: commitment, not only to the program, but to your family name; discipline, doing things the right way; accountability for your own actions as well as others; and effort, something that can't be taught. He said that he holds all these players to these 4 pillars, and that's why they have maintained the success they have this season.
Thank you, Kalia. Yeah, Coach Casey Quadenfeld, this is his 4th season. He talked about how being with this specific group of guys since he got there has him feeling a little bit nostalgic about what they've done to get to this point, and the players before him coming up, and a nice tip to himself. It's an interception. And on the move is Jake Vroman. He's not going to be stopped. Jake Vroman, the return for a touchdown, a dramatic interception off the tip, has put Downers Grove North in front of Brother Rice.
And that was going to be a big, big play for Brother Rice. He had people open down the field, and just at the last second on that sprint out, the hand goes up, the tip, and an interception, and the touchdown. What a turn of events right here.
So you had Brother Rice threatening, looking for their 2nd score, potential 10-0 lead, and now they find themselves down. On for the extra point for Downers Grove North is Baker Glom.
What a turn of events.
What a play. The athleticism on display by Vroman right there.
You hear a pin drop in the stadium right now.
He got quiet quick. We are far away, and that extra point is up, and it is through. 7-3, Downers Grove North. The Trojans have taken the lead. Let's take a look at our lights out touchdown, sponsored by Marquette University. What a play.
What a great tip right there. That was a great job by Will Valla, number 9, 6'4". That's why he was able to get up there. You see the tip. And then the linebacker with great pursuit coming down the field, Jacob Rome, showing some speed at 6'3", 210. He's only a sophomore. what a thrill that is for him. But being in the right place at the right time.
74-yard touchdown on our Lights Out touchdown, sponsored by Marquette University. And this game has taken a quick shift from what we saw in the early going. 2 key turnovers, one of them, though, instant points.
You know, and psychologically, this sounds a little strange, but even though that was Brother Rice was moving the ball both times they had the ball, all of a sudden now, Downers Grove North, you know, even though it's a quick score, a shocking quick score for them, it's like, hey, we're in the ball game. We can play with these people. That sounds silly, but from a coaching standpoint, you know, when you're dealing with 17-year-old and 18-year-old young men, it weighs on their psyche sometimes.
So a big play for Downers Grove North as Jacob Vroman, it looked like he might get caught from behind, but the two-way player, he plays defensive end one side, he plays defensive end one side, but plays tight end on the other. And you see a couple of their two-way athletes making big plays, because the tip, of course, comes from Will Vala, who plays tight end and is head to Illinois. And now on the return on the kickoff, all the way back out to the 30-yard line on the return. So a big return that time. We'll set it up for 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for Brother Rice.
This is the worst field position Brother Rice has had so far in this first quarter.
It'll be interesting to see what Downers Grove North does this time. And again, C.J. Gray has had a rough time here.
Well, Downers North has played good defense all year long. They've had a tough schedule. Brother Rice has kind of really coasted all year long. The only tough game they had was against Mount Carmel, which they lost. And, of course, everybody's lost to Mount Carmel this year.
Here off the play action, looking for a completion. He finally has his first completion of the day. This to Lucas Strang. Strang pulls it in for a first down. C.J. Gray really needed this after what happened the last time he threw the football.
That was really a nice catch by Strang, because the ball was behind him, and he just came in behind that linebacker. It was a good catch and a throw that got him the first down.
15-yard pickup. New first down and 10, and this is Jalen Green to the right side, getting stood up, but not until he gets a gain of 5 on the play.
First down is so very crucial in big games like this. And usually the rule of thumb is we've got to get at least 4 yards on first down. If you get behind the chains early on, first down, you don't get anything. All of a sudden, it changes the plans that you have for that possession.
Now an empty backfield for Gray. He's got receivers on both sides. Quick strike this time, and picking up 4 yards on the play to make it a 3rd and 1 that time is Jalen Green.
Well, to make a play like that successful, the other wide receivers got to block, and that's exactly what was happened there. They got to be able to block for each other when you run those quick screens on the outside.
Big 3rd and 1 here, as Gray will still operate out of the shotgun. Green in the backfield with him alongside. Got some size up front. This time Gray keeps himself, gets that first down and a little bit more. Still on his feet down to the 40. Finally stopped and taken down by a host of Trojans at the 38-yard line.
Again, that effective draw for C.J. Gray. You get in behind that big offensive line that averages 279. Posey, Flingler, Hosty the center, and the right guard Parcelli, and Pikus the right tackle. That's a big front. If you can't pick up 3 yards with a 7-yard head start, it's tough.
That's their 4th first down of the game, and now falling forward for a pickup is Jalen Green. True to your 4 yards or more. How about picking up 6 yards on first down?
That makes it easy for the offensive coordinator. Now you got three calls to pick up that 4 or 5.
Just over 5 minutes of play here in the first quarter. Another handoff. It's Green again to the left side. This time getting stopped, and they're saying the ball's out. Let's see what the officials say. It is out, and it's a recovery by Downers Grove. Second straight possession that ends in a turnover.
Now the key to this, Marshall, is they've gotten 2 big turnovers when Brother Rice is driving the ball down the field. He took advantage of one and scored on that interception. Now, again, in a big game like this, here's a turnover. Can you take advantage of that and make something happen?
Joe Lasota pops it loose, continues to be everywhere. The captain making it happen, and then recovering it, looks like it was Jacob Vroman. So Vroman, if that's him, that gives him 2 takeaways on the day. We're just over halfway through the first quarter. Now, the other way, 1st and 10 from the 29, and answering is Brother Rice's front 4. Cameron McGee again leading the way.
Well, it's tough to run against them. Cameron McGee is 6'3", 240-pounder. He runs like he's about 140 pounds. He's only a sophomore. He already has about 20-some offers from schools like Texas, Notre Dame, LSU, Ohio State. That tells you something about his abilities.
Those are not low-level schools. It's a loss of 4. Here's 2nd and 14, trying to push it down the field. Almost intercepted, but unable to hang on to it was Austin Merskos.
This is what Downers Grove North likes to do. They like to run the vertical routes because they've got a quarterback, obviously, that has a strong arm and is very effective in the quarter. And he's got some wide receivers that have good speed but excellent hands.
Oliver Thulin couldn't get in position for that one. And again, it was almost an interception that time by Merskos.
Pretty good coverage. They ended up doubling up on him.
So they'll probably go back to the air again here. Here comes the front 4, though. 3rd down and 14 from the 25.
Now, you don't want to have, obviously, a turnover in this situation. Worst case scenario is you end up punting.
And in the backfield with him is Kevin Jay. Throwing it downfield, that is intercepted. Taken down almost immediately that time. But the pick is made. Looks like Manny Uriarte had it. No, check that. It was Damari Thigpen onto that obvious passing down coverage. And he just comes up and undercuts the intended receiver.
And the big part of that is he not only made the interception, but it gives them excellent field position on the 31-yard line. Had they not made that 1st down and punted, it would have been a little different situation as far as Brother Rice returning the punt and or their field position as a result of the punt. Now, with that interception, Downers North is on their heels again.
Another drive that starts with great field position here. So the turnovers have been flowing here in the early going. 1st and 10. It's a give to the running back who pops loose. And just like that, Jamison Davis has Brother Rice in the red zone. A big 1st down pickup. As they'll mark it down as a 16-yard gain. But what an explosive running play that time by Davis.
Well, they both have, they have 2 good running backs in Green and Davis, and they really run that outside zone extremely well.
Here's another handoff. Davis has got around the corner. Can he get there? No, he's tripped up and tackled by Thulin. But not before he picks up a nice gain on 1st down. We'll call it a 6-yard pickup.
And he's only a junior with good size at 5'9", 190. Sometimes 190-pounder, you think, well, he runs in between tackles. Well, he can do that, but he also has excellent speed to get to the outside.
A little bit faster than Green, more of a jump cutter. And now another handoff, looking to get into the end zone, and he does. Big-time play by C.J. Gray. It's an 8-yard score. And Brother Rice goes back on top.
And that's not a design scramble. That's a design power run for the quarterback. And, of course, he's going to be doing a lot of that at Army at 6 foot, 195 pounds. They run their quarterback probably more than they run their running backs at Army. And they've got a good one here in C.J. Gray.
Good blocking up front by Jamison Davis. He got to run a little bit. Then he blocks a little running for them.
Give credit to that left side of that offensive line. And Posey, Siegler, Hulsty, the center, did a nice job there on the zone read.
So here's Gomez for the extra point to put Brother Rice up by 3. It's up, it's through, and it's a 10-7 Crusaders lead. This semifinal, we're less than 9 minutes in, and it is not disappointed. Action has been nonstop, Jack.
It really has, and a lot of this it's subtle pressure. What I mean by that is the line play is the one that's really making a difference in this game. It looks like with an interception and some runs, but the offense and defensive line play, defensive line putting pressure on the quarterback, offensive line opening up the holes for those running backs. So line play is a big factor in this game.
3 plays, 31 yards. Brother Rice now 2 for 2 in the red zone. One was a touchdown, one was a field goal. But ultimately, they've done a lot more on offense than Downers Grove North has. And the turnovers have truly been the difference.
And the turnover and where they've had the turnovers as far as field position. And they've taken advantage of that.
Brother Rice, 114 total yards on 18 plays. Meanwhile, 16 total yards on 12 plays for Downers Grove North.
Well, we talked about how the difference is going to be as far as defense. Both teams play really good defense, and Brother Rice has one of the best defenses in the state. And ironically, Downers Grove North opened the season up as the #1 ranked 7A team. Right today, the #1 ranked team in 7A is Brother Rice. So you talk about a turnabout from the beginning of the year till now, kind of an interesting fact.
Off another touchback, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20, and Brother Rice certainly living up to that ranking throughout the season. As you said, their only loss comes to the team that everybody loses to in Mount Carmel, who of course is the #1 team in the state regardless of classification, and also the #1 team in AA by virtue of that.
Well, and part of it was that they actually gave Mount Carmel a pretty good ball game. It was 27-14, and that was the 6th game of the year. So coming into that game, Brother Rice was 5-0, and then after that game, they haven't lost the game. So it kind of gives you an idea of how good Mount Carmel is, but how well Brother Rice bounced back from that loss.
Brother Rice has looked good throughout. They've been dominant in the playoffs, but this one has been very close. They were trailing after the big interception return by Jacob Vroman. They'll re-kick this one after a touchback. Same result, though. It's going through the end zone. Another touchback. So now we'll get back to where we were, Jack, which is 1st and 10 for Downers Grove North at the 20-yard line.
And again, first down is really crucial in a game like this. Brother Rice's defense is extremely good. They've got all of those 4 guys up front, you know, that are really scholarship athletes for college. And Brother Rice has got, or excuse me, Downers Grove North has got to do a good job on first down. And so far that hasn't happened.
Again, 16 yards on 12 plays so far. So here's Owen Lansu ready to go back to work. Quick out, batted down to the line of scrimmage. Guess who? Cameron McGee making a play. And I see it there, Jack, but it's really hard to believe that kid is only a sophomore.
Well, and to make a play like that, he's 6'3", so it's tough to throw on those edges. He's 6'3", and he's a good athlete, so he can get up. You know, they're well aware. Both teams have exchanged tapes. They've studied each other dramatically for a long time here, so they know what people want to do. It's just a matter of, can we do it? Can we stop them?
Here's Lansu trying to get back in the rhythm. He completed his first 2 pass attempts. He's 1 for 8 since. That gives you a sense of just how bad it's been. Now we've got something pre-snap. It's going to be a false start.
False start on the Trojans. Backs them up to the 15-yard line. Straight out.
So it's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 15 from the 15. And Lansu will try to go back to work again. Almost an obvious passing down. Let's see if they do something different here. He'll get it out quickly to the backfield, but that's well off the mark, intended for Torelli.
Excuse me, Marshall. Part of that timing is he's getting so much pressure immediately that he can hardly get that ball off even into the flat. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the pressure is he's getting from the front 4.
I know ultimately you want the sacks and the turnovers, but just having the frequent pressure can kind of just throw a quarterback off his level, off his game completely.
Well, not only that, it doesn't give the receivers time to get open when you're getting that kind of pressure.
So here's 3rd and 15. Pressure is coming. It was McGee, the screen pass. Here's Torelli trying to get back to maybe the original line of scrimmage, but that's not nearly enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down and an obvious punting situation.
Well, Downers Grove North is not going to quit. I mean, they're getting a lot of pressure early.
All right, time to let you know that you can watch all the IHSA state final games live on the U.
Gain of 6, fourth down.
And I'm excited to be with you next weekend down in Normal. We'll tell you the details of that in just a moment, but first, this punting situation for Oliver Thulin, who's back, plays both sides of the ball, and he's the punter on special teams. He'll let that one fly from his own 10-yard line. Not a great punt. Did not go far. I think it was tipped. Coming off, Daniel Spesky says he's got a piece of it. It's a 6-yard punt.
It's just backbreaker for North. It just seems as if the breaks this first quarter are all for Brother Rice, and North's not getting any of them. I think he just shanked it. Did it look? I didn't see it like it was blocked.
No, it was a straight shank. So just a bad punt by Oliver Thulin there. Excellent field position. This might be the best field position they've had all day to start out. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. And now Gray's going to keep it himself up the middle and gets maybe 5 yards on the play. But the draw is effective here once again for Brother Rice.
It's the 3rd time they've run that quarterback draw. And again, as you mentioned, it's been very effective for them. They run motion, which gets a little rotation out of the secondary, and they run that quarterback up inside. And obviously, he's a good running quarterback, 6 foot 195, and he's not afraid to run with the football.
Already over 100 yards rushing for the day are the Crusaders. 2nd and 5 now from the 23-yard line. Quick screen pass. Staying on his feet. Downfield is Jack McNamara. That's a first down.
What a big target he is at 6'5", 235, and guess what? He's only a sophomore.
That's scary stuff right there.
It is. I mean, he's got 12 Division I offers right now. That's a heck of a tight end right there.
Connor Crowley tried to make that initial tackle, but he ran right through it. 1st and 10 now, and quickly to the outside. It's Gray again, staying in bounds and getting into the end zone, tiptoeing down the sideline, a 16-yard touchdown, and now Brother Rice putting some distance between themselves and Downers Grove North.
Boy, C.J. Gray showed some real speed right there, getting on the edge. Good job just taking off on the outside. Good job of blocking. It shows you the quickness that he has coming out of that quarterback spot. He's obviously like a running back more than a quarterback, but they just labeled him a quarterback.
Gets to the edge in a hurry. So another touchdown now. Brother Rice has now scored 3 times in the first quarter. The field goal and then a couple of touchdowns, extra point. It's up and it's good. It's a 17-7 Brother Rice lead. Time now to remind you that the IHSA state final games live on the U Thanksgiving weekend starts Black Friday, November 28th. We will bring you live Class 1A through 4A competitions, and then we turn the page on Saturday and do it all over again. Class 5A through 8A taking the field at Illinois State. It all starts on the U at 10 a.m. So we've got 1A, 2A, 5A, 6A. You're an early bird? I'm an early bird. You good with that?
Oh, yeah. I'll probably get a good couple-mile run in before breakfast. And then
you'll be doing much more than me then. If that's what you're doing much more than me.
Well, on that drive, Brother Rice had 14 runs for 115 yards.
They've had a successful day. And to get to 115 yards rushing, and we're only in the first quarter, tells you where we are. Another touchback coming. And another 1st and 10 situation for Downers Grove North. We've seen this over and over again now, and it's like Groundhog Day. Can they do better this time than we've seen them do the previous 4 times?
Well, anytime you got a quarterback of the abilities of, Owen Lansu, it's just a situation where they can get the ball down the field quickly. But the key is, again, without being too redundant, which I always am, can that offensive line give them enough time against that very big and quick front of Brother Rice?
Here's Lansu, the handoff this time. Torelli stopped up front and smothered Violent play that time by Braden Parks, showing you why he has over 40 Division I offers.
He's only a junior, 6'3". See, that's tough to block. He's 6'3", 305 pounds. And he's quick.
And I think Torelli felt all 300-plus pounds that particular tackle. It's a pickup of 1, however. Got to make it 2nd and 9 from the 21-yard line. See if they get back to the passing game if they try to run. Here comes the pass over the middle this time, broken up. Nice defense that time, as it was Javion Lockett breaking up the pass that was intended for Oliver Thulin.
Well, you got to give credit to Owen Lancer on that. He stayed in that pocket, he delivered the football. The ball could have been caught. Would have been a tough catch, but it would have been a first down.
So now Downers Grove North, 1 for 4 on 3rd downs, looking at a 3rd and 9. And we're still in the first quarter. It is early, but it feels like if they don't get this first down, they're going to be in a bit of trouble. Getting instructions from the sidelines and timeouts taken by Downers Grove North. And Brother Rice fired up, and you can understand why.
There's a good job right there of Joe Hereni, the head coach. Done a tremendous job here at Downers Grove North. He's obviously this year 10-2. They lost in the state championship 2 years ago to Mount Carmel. They had an 11-3 season there. Joe Hereni's done a great job. He's there for, been his 8th year there. He had a chance to coach Joe at Downers Grove South when I was coaching at Downers Grove South, and he was a starting center in our state championship team, and he was an all-conference player, went on to play college football, an outstanding young man, but just a tremendous high school football coach. And what he's done when he came to North is his organization. He got together good coaches around him. He delegates, gives them the authority to do things. He obviously can make the last calls, but he's done a tremendous job at Downers Grove North.
Yeah, Joe told me to tell you hello. And as he said, remind him I was on that team. And certainly you have not forgotten. Now, quickly, and just overthrown, almost intercepted that time by Cameron McGee, who was back in coverage off the edge.
When you're an athlete and you're 6'3", 240, and you can run like he can, put the pressure from the inside, and he's an outside edge rusher. So he has the ability to drop in coverage, especially on long yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
So unable to get a first down. It'll be 4th and 9 with 41 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Let me tell you how the Downers Grove North possessions have gone. Punt, interception, interception, punt, and now a 3rd punt. So 5 possessions. They have all been short. And now the punt on the way. This one a little bit better, coming up to perhaps get it, but instead letting it fall. And it's going to take a Brother Rice bounce, so it'll stay on this side of the 50.
Trojans number 3.
There's another exciting game every weeknight on the U. The Perfect Line, a fast-paced competition game show hosted by Deborah Norville, airs weeknights at 7:30. Don't miss it. Back to action here. 29 seconds remaining. Brother Rice, again, excellent field position. They've had good field position on 4 of their 5. Actually, they've had good field position 5 times, but the one time they had normal field position. And so here, Gray rolling out to his right, looking downfield, tries to complete it, but unable to connect that time with McNamara.
Good coverage. Good coverage by the secondary. The other section part of that was they put pressure on Gray. Now, we saw how he can run with the football when he's going downhill. There, they had him working uphill, away from the line of scrimmage right there. Good pressure. You could see there was good coverage underneath on the tight end coming in the outside for the linebacker. So this is what Downers Grove has got to do defensively.
Here, the handoff and immediately swallowed up. Maybe a loss of 1 that time. And that will be the last play, most likely, of the first quarter as the time continues to tick off. Brother Rice not in a hurry. And that'll do it for the first quarter. What a What a melee of action here. Brothers Rice, 17-7. They've got a lead over Downers Grove North. Back with the second half. Second quarter. You're watching the game of the week on the U.
Welcome to Marquette. We're going to have first day in the Welcome to Marquette.
When you arrive ready for something good, you'll leave connected as something greater. Marquette University.
With 80 years of neighborhood banking in Chicagoland, Marquette Bank has been there for the community.
So something that makes me proud of my role at Marquette Bank is the things that we're able to do to impact our neighborhoods. We're able to help children. We do a lot of adopting families at Christmas. We're able to help schools, our scholarship program. There's so many things that we do each and every day that make a big impact to the people that need it most.
Celebrate Marquette Bank's 80th anniversary by visiting our website.
Are you ready for the next level? Play Next Level Sports at Moraine Valley.
When Chicago's most critical infrastructure needs power, they don't just call any electrician. They call IBEW Local 134. From the city's tallest towers to its most advanced data centers, the projects that matter most trust only IBEW Local 134. Because powering Chicago isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people, safety, innovation, and the future of our city. We are the men and women of IBEW Local 134. We power Chicago with electrical excellence.
Today's game is brought to you by Heat and Frost Insulators, Local 17. Go green with Local 17. 17-7, Brother Rice with a lead on Downers Grove North. The story of the first quarter, though, Coach, turnovers.
Well, just it's right here, giving Brother Rice good field position early on. Of course, they take advantage of it, but yet here's a great play. The interception for the touchdown gets them back in the ball game. But then again, pressure, and you've got your interception with a tip pass.
Jamari Thigpen comes up with that, and that is a look at the turnovers that really dominated the first quarter and the story of this game. 2 interceptions for Brother Rice, an interception and a fumble recovered for Downers Grove North. Each team with 7 points off turnovers, but the bigger story is that those are the only points that the Trojans have.
Well, it's been a real unbalanced first quarter for Brother Rice and Downers North. We'll get to that in a second.
3rd down and 11. Big play. C.J. Gray decides to keep it himself. Tries to avoid 1 tackle, but is wrapped up short. And he'll get a pickup of 2 down to the 41-yard line. And you wonder if this was 4-down territory, and that's why they decided to keep it on the ground.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit. That first quarter, Brother Rice had 8 first downs. Downers Grove North had only 2. Kind of gives you an idea of who was in charge on that first quarter.
And they will go for it. 4th and 8 from the 41. Gray has not had the best day through the air, but it hasn't mattered because they've been able to run through the Trojans so far. Here in the shotgun, it's a pooch punt. And that one's going to be recovered by Torelli, who actually fields the ball, is taken down, but he actually fielded that ball as if it was over-the-shoulder pass.
He's an athlete.
He is an athlete. He plays both sides of the ball, and he, of course, is a wrestler. Let's go downstairs. Kalia Butler. Kalia?
Brother Rice High School has an inclusivity initiative called Mount Zion Program, an academic and social inclusion program that pair students with special needs with peer mentors. One of those mentors being senior defensive lineman King Liggins. This season, King was awarded the prestigious #1 jersey, a recognition of his leadership and his impact both on and off the field. But instead of wearing it, he chose to dedicate that honor to a young student in the program by the name of Parker. In Parker's honor, King has worn number 99 all year. Head coach Q says Liggins is one of those players that is a leader. He's a steward of his community and a prime example of what Brother Rice football stands for.
All right, thank you so much, Kalia. Pick up there by Caden Torelli of 6 out to the 33-yard line. Trying to get just their 3rd first down of the game is Downers Grove North. This time, another handoff forward, and it is a first down. Big pickup that time.
27, Kevin J.
That's Kevin J. who gets it done. And Kevin J is a guy who came in and played a lot of backup quarterback because obviously they were missing their quarterback for 5 weeks, but he's been very effective on the ground as well.
Yeah, he's a good athlete, but on those last 2 plays, a good job by that offensive line. The center, Duran and Engsler and Murphy did a nice job of creating that those 2 running lanes, and now they've got a first down. That's what they needed to do. They weren't able to run effectively in that first quarter. Now they come out and start a little running game.
Here's Jay again. This time gets hit in the backfield. Might have made it back to the line of scrimmage. Big play that time by Amir White off the corner to get the stop. It's a pickup of 1.
This is a situation where they knew they had to make some adjustments because you cannot just throw the ball. You've got to slow down that pass rush, and the only way you can slow that down is to start running the football, and they did that effectively on these first couple of run plays.
Talking to Casey Quadenfield, the head coach of Brother Rice, he talked about the fact that teams, they want to run against us, but they can't. As going up top down the field and overshooting that time, Max Troha. Good coverage on the play by Daniel Spesky. But what I was saying, Jack, is that teams want to run against Brother Rice. They just haven't been able to do so all season. And so they end up throwing way more than they want to. And then, of course, that front 4 comes into effect as far as the pass rush goes.
Well, these last three ball games, they've scored 105 points against their opponents to 0. So that kind of tells you the dominance that they've had both offensively and defensively. But when you have those shutouts, you don't attribute that to the offense. You attribute it to the defense.
So they've already got a first down on this drive, but they need a few more. 3rd down and 9. Quickly let go, and unable to hold on to it that time was Thulin.
Well, they're going to punt with the wind this time, if that makes any kind of a difference. And the pressure had been put on, and the punters is taking just a 1 step. Baker Klum is just taking 1 step as opposed to the 2 steps, because the first time he tried to punt, it almost got it blocked. You can see Joe making sure that the official is aware of all of the rules of the game. Joe does a great job of conversing with officials on the sideline.
Joe Harini, again, in his 8th season at Downers Grove North, has his team 10-2. That snap bounces back to the punter, Thulin. He gets it off. Ooh, over the head. Did he touch it? I don't believe so. And it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. But a chance there to pin him down deep, unable to get to it that time. But a good punt nonetheless by Oliver Thulin.
That was an outstanding catch here by the punter, because it was a bad snap, and that could have been a disastrous play for Downers Grove North, but he did a nice job of making the catch and getting the ball off.
Demari Thickman may be lucky he did not get a finger on that ball as he was back to return the punt. Otherwise, that could have been a muff punt rather quickly. Instead, it's a 1st and 10 from the 20 for Brother Rice. And C.J. Gray has a chance to extend this 17-7 lead. He's got Jalen Green in the backfield with him. Holds on to it, falls forward, out to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 5.
They're making Gray a running back now. They just realized that he's been so effective running the ball. I don't mean just realized it now, but the dominance in that first quarter was amazing. Downers North only had 22 yards opposed to 142 yards for Brother Rice in the first quarter. And those turnovers were very crucial, obviously.
And 123 yards rushing to just 8 for Downers Grove North is out to the edge that time and tackled. Jalen Green didn't pick up much of anything. That'll be a third and manageable. Looks like a 3rd and 4. But Downers Grove North desperately needing to get a stop here.
Yep, very, very important to be able to stop them.
Number 21, Connor Crowley.
So Connor Crowley on the tackle there. Man in motion. Gray will keep it, gets the first down, and busts ahead all the way out to the 33-yard line.
He gets a running head start. He's back at 6 to 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. They only needed 3 or 4 yards, so he's got a 7-yard head start. And you can see the power, and actually had a nice hole there to run up between Slager, Hosty, and Particelli. The right guard and left guard in the center did a nice job there of setting it up.
Now back again in the backfield along with Green. Getting his barking orders from the sideline. 1st and 10. Here he will keep it himself. The quick out, throws it behind him. So technically that was a lateral as it's incomplete, intended for Lucas Strang. Luckily it gets out of bounds for him because that definitely would have been a fumble.
Well, this is the first time I think that Brother Rice has been behind the chains, and certainly dramatically behind the chains.
And because it was a lateral, it is a loss of 5 on the play. Being 2nd and 10 now from the 27-yard line.
Forcing Downers Grove North into a lot of single coverage, trying to get the safety to slide over here. But they really can't afford to have those linebackers come and help because the quarterback is such an efficient runner.
Here's Gray going to the air. He's got a man wide open, but unable to haul it in because looked like the throw was a little bit low that time, intended for Darian Clinton.
Well, the cornerbacks were playing way off because they knew the yardage. They didn't want to get beat deep. Of course, he's thrown against the wind here. Ball bounces in, but big cushion by the cornerbacks.
So Clinton can't do it. Those cornerbacks will offer more cushion here as it's 3rd and 15 from the 27. Here's Gray, all on the shotgun. He will tuck it and run. Gets across the 30, out to the 35 before finally being taken down there.
Well, this was the advantage of keeping those linebackers inside. They went with single coverage on the wideouts. They kept the linebackers home. And yet, unfortunately, you got to do that. You can't allow those linebackers to help out in the flats or in the zone, in the drop areas, because the quarterback is such a good runner. You got to keep those linebackers home to effectively stop the run.
Joe Lasota on the tackle. It's a pickup of 8, not nearly enough for a first down. So on 4th and 7, they will punt. Back to punt is Chirelli. That one comes up well short, goes out of bounds before it gets down to the 40-yard line. Let's see where they spot it, but it'll be 1st and 10 with good field position for, again, a Downers Grove North team only down by 10 points despite having all kinds of issues getting its offense going.
Without a doubt, they've been behind the 8 ball this entire first quarter and most of this few moments here in the second quarter. They just need to take advantage. We mentioned this before. They've got to be able to do something on first down. They've done it once in one of their drives, and that was through the run. The last possessions they had 2 nice runs early.
So again, Owen Lance threw out a shotgun. The quick pitch forward. It's a pass to the tight end, Will Vala. Not much doing there, maybe a pickup of 2. Trying to use some misdirection there to create some offense.
Well, they knew they were going to get some pressure from that front, and they want them to come across, and then tight end gets in behind those down linemen, between the down linemen and the linebackers.
Now, it's going to be a personal foul against Brother Rice. That is a big one. Let's take a look at our officials for today's game. That's Joseph Ewers, Jack Smothers, Chuck Millard, Randall Demir, and Kirk Ward, the back judge. But a big penalty here at a time where Downers Grove North needs all the help they can get. 1st and 10 now from the 40. Empty backfield. It's Lance who ready to go to work. 6 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. And a flag. Let's see what the call is going to be.
I think he jumped. It'll be 5 yards. This is the most yards they've gotten to drive consecutively here with a 15-yarder and now another 5. That's 20 yards with basically the easy way.
No snaps required. They've gotten down to the 35-yard line.
If they can come up with a touchdown on this drive, it's a one-score game at that point, a three-point game, in fact, and get a stop, they can go into the half feeling pretty good about themselves. But here's Lansu, back to throw, trying to go over to Thulin, who got held downfield, but no call. There's the flag, comes from the back judge. He was clearly being held, was Thulin.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. The other official was watching the other receiver. You can see right here in the bottom of your screen, number 10 getting held up. Now, the ball might have been over the top, but you got to remember he was being held up before he was even getting near the ball.
So pass interference to call, and the chains just continue to move.
Pass interference on the defense.
Now they're down to the red zone. It'll be first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
You know, games like this, there's so many different crucial times of the ball game as you look back in hindsight. And this would be early, but it still is one of those crucial times right here where they got to score in this drive.
Here's Kevin Jay off the right tackle, leans inside before he's stopped by King Liggins. Quick pickup of 3, perhaps. Make it 2. 2nd and 8 from the 18.
Well, again, they do not want to settle for a field goal in this drive. They've got to get it in the end zone.
This is the first time that the Trojans have been down in the red zone. Now at the 18 for a 2nd and 8. Again, Jay in the backfield.
They could call for a timeout. They do not want to get a penalty down here where they lose 5 yards.
So they call a timeout. That will be their second charge timeout. They only have 1 remaining, and this discussion on the sideline here, you talked about it, crucial time in the game. How are you communicating with your players? I mean, I'm assuming at this point of the season, everybody understands what the stakes are and how important every play is.
Well, that and the fact that, you know, people might wonder, why would it call a timeout here? Well, not only because of the time, and what's interesting now in high school football, when you look in both end zones, you can see the clock. So the quarterback obviously could see the clock. He knows how much time he has left. And there was probably something besides the clock that made Joe Hareni call a timeout. And it probably was the defense that they were looking at that maybe did not go along with the play that they had called. And he did not want to take a chance. And that's just outstanding coaching on his part and on the staff of Downers Grove North.
Joe Hareni, he told me earlier this week, when the chips are down, my kids are going to fight. That was the message that he wanted the outside world to know about what kind of team was going to be playing against Brother Rice this weekend. He said they're coachable, they play hard for each other, and we've seen that just by the types of plays that have happened in this game so far. Here it is, 2nd down, the quick out. That pass incomplete, however. It's going to be 3rd and long. So the big play coming up.
The other part of that, Marshall, is the fact that both these teams play in very tough leagues. And the competition that they play in, you know, like for Brother Rice, actually, the playoffs so far were a much softer schedule than they had during the regular season. You would think it would be the reverse of that. Now, on the other hand, Downers Grove North played against 9 playoff teams in their schedule. Brother Rice played against 8. So these both teams have played against tremendous competition throughout.
1 for 6 on 3rd down. It's a quick screen. It's dropped, bobbled, and slammed that time was Torelli. Coming up with a big hit that time was Liggins.
Well, they're going to try and kick a field goal here.
Make that Damari Thigpen there to break up that pass, but Torelli just couldn't hold on.
No, it would have been tough because they released right away as soon as they went in motion. That safety released and came up. And even if he had made the catch, he was double-teamed there out in the flat. He would not have gotten that first down and gotten much yardage at all.
Unable to get the touchdown, but still a chance to cut it to a 1-score lead. It's going to be a 35-yard attempt here for Baker Glong. And now penalty comes out. Is that a delay of game?
I believe it is.
That is tough. So a 35-yard field goal becomes a 40-yard field goal. That seems borderline inexcusable given the situation they were in.
I don't know how they missed that. Actually, I think maybe, well, it's easy to be up here and say, well, the center took too much time getting ready to snap the ball. But, it is a tough situation there to lose 5.
So now we're going to find out about Baker Glom's leg. He had a game-winning 22-yard field goal earlier this season against Morgan Park. That is up. And that is good. So Glom says 5 yards back, no problem for me. It's a 17-10 Brother Rice lead.
They needed that. They needed that big time.
So a big play to make it a 1-touchdown score. Now we'll see if that defense can stand up, as he probably could have gotten that one from 45.
Yeah, that 5 yards was just a teaser.
Downers Grove North hanging around here despite a lack of offense against Brother Rice. It's actually kind of amazing when you look at it. They've got 27 plays for 39 total yards, but they're only down a touchdown.
Well, that tells you something about the resilience of the Downers Grove North program. And they've done that all year long in their schedule. They played some really tough games. Now, in one of the games that they had against LaGrange, which was the 8th game of the year, they blocked a punt and was able to pick it up and run it into the end zone and take the lead with 1:20. And throughout the ball game, LT had really dominated the game, but they did not quit. And they ended up losing that ball game by a very freak double penalty that forced some real unique situations. But they've been resilient all year long, just like Joe Horeni had said.
There is another touchback, this time off the foot of Baker Glom. So we go back to the 1st and 10 from the 20 ordeal. One of the few times that we've seen Brother Rice backed up well into their own territory, because they've had fortuitous field position on most of their drives.
They really have, and they've taken advantage of it, and that's what good teams do. And one of the things that different so far in this ball game has been the quarterback. When I say that, it's because Gray has run the ball so effectively. He hasn't thrown the ball super effectively at all, but he has run it extremely effectively. In fact, he's the best running back they've got right now in the field.
Here he is, handing it off this time and bouncing to the outside, staying on his feet, getting room to the 40 before being pushed out of bounds. That is a nice run that time for Jamison Davis to start off this drive.
He must have been upset. He must have heard me say that Gray was the best running back on the field. And right after I say that, he takes off like that.
They all get to the edge in a hurry, and that's a 17-yard pickup. It's our move of the quarter. The move of the quarter sponsored by Illinois Student Assistance Commission. And he bounces to the outside and makes almost a 20-yard pickup. Now the handoff going the other way to the left, trying to slip through, but this time wrapped up and tackled by Torelli and Joe Lasota. And Lasota has been in on almost every play when they're making plays on the field.
He really has, and he's just an outstanding linebacker, and he's their #1 tackler, so you would almost suspect that that's what he's got to do. He's a 5'10", 200-pound senior, and linebackers are coached by an outstanding Hall of Fame coach, Billy Kleckner, who coaches the linebackers for Downers Grove North. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He's been there for about 30-some years. Does a great job with the linebackers.
Another handoff and trying to hurdle his way forward is Jamison Davis, but gets taken down after a pickup of, we'll say, 5. And the ground game has been working. Meanwhile, Gray, passing-wise, 4 of 10 for 21 yards and an interception. So they haven't really had to rely on his arm, but the legs have gotten the job done.
Well, Brother Rice is such a good, solid run team, and they play great defense. It's just it's a program that's so well coached year in and year out.
Here's Gray for the first down on what was a 3rd and 4 situation. He gets 5 yards and moves the chains.
You come and watch Brother Rice. They play tough football year in and year out. And that's just one of the programs that's highlighted in the Catholic League. They're all extremely well coached. And, we're looking at a lot of schools from the league. St. Rita's still in it right now. Nazareth and Fenwick are still in it.
And now here, busting through the middle, still on his feet, is Davis, finally taken down, but not before another first down and another big pickup. All the way down to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 17.
Well, last week against St. Charles North, he scored twice. And you can see one of the reasons why He was very effective throughout the game. Just a cutback, really a quick running back. He's got good power. He's got really quick feet.
25 carries, 186 yards for Brother Rice as a team. As Davis taking his time right now on the sideline, well-earned rest.
Well, Jalen Green's in there, and he's no slouch. He's got over 800 yards rushing.
10 for 87 for Davis. Yeah, it's been a host of players getting it done. Another carry for Jalen Green as he goes forward. Picks up 5 on the play.
You think about Gray has been the leading rusher for him so far, but Davis did a really nice job on this drive so far, and he's kind of banged up. So Jalen Green comes back in, and last week, Jalen Green had 23 carries for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. So you got 2 running backs that are outstanding, that are very effective, and you got a quarterback that's having a great running game.
More from the running game. It's Green again, falling forward, pickup of maybe 2 on that play. And talking to Coach Casey Quadenfeld, he told me that they like to rotate and just go with the hot hand, and that Green has been hot lately, as you mentioned with the game that he put out last week.
Well, you know, sometimes you call them fresh legs, but when you have, you know, 3 people that have six legs that are pretty fresh all the time.
Here's Gray going to the air, has that batted down.
By 6 legs, I mean 3 people.
Oh, no, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. I think the audience did, too, as well.
Well, sometimes, you know, with a coach, they think it took too many hits to the head.
Good defense that time is Jacob Vroman, the guy who ran in the defensive touchdown for Downers Grove North on the 74-yard interception return. Gets it done at the line of scrimmage there. So 4th down and 3, they're going for it. Gray skedaddles ahead and falls forward to get the first down. So a big play there as the clock takes us under 100 seconds to play. 122 on the scoreboard. They're getting closer and closer to the red zone. At worst, they may have a chance to make this a 10-point game, perhaps a chance to make this a 14-point game. Here's Gray, the handoff. Davison going out to the outside. And Davis gets maybe 5 yards on the play. Into the red zone, however, as he gets it down inside the 18.
That offensive line is really doing a nice job for Brother Rice. The running backs obviously are very effective, but that's not going to happen if that offensive line, which averages 279 pounds, doesn't do the job they're supposed to do. Posey at left tackle, Sliegel left guard, Posey the center, right guard Passarelli, and the right tackle Pickus, excuse me. They're just doing an outstanding job. Extremely well coached, very effective, and they've got the size, and they got 3 running backs behind them. They're doing a good job.
Certainly getting the job done. This has been a prototypical drive if you are a team that hasn't really been able to get much going through the air. 10 plays, 65 yards, all rushing.
Well, sometimes you don't really need to get it through the air. If your running game is effective and you feel if your game plan says we can run the ball more effectively against this team than we can throw it, because Downers North plays good defense, and most teams have an effective way of playing defense. They either play really well against the run or well against the pass. In this case, Brother Rice must say they play good pass defense, so we'll try to run the ball more against them.
Certainly it has been effective. That running game is now lined up behind him is Jamison Davis. Let's see what C.J. Gray decides to do here. A flag comes out. That's going to be a false start against Brother Rice. So that'll move them back, making a 2nd and 9.
Those are penalties that kill a coach.
Out of a timeout?
Out of a timeout at any time, because especially now in the red zone, you give up 5 yards without even running a play. I mean, if I lose 5 yards, let me do it running a play, but not without running a play, just jumping offside. It's irritating.
And for now, they're back outside of the red zone as they move back to the 22-yard line. The handoff to Davis. He is lassoed by Lasota, who has been, as I said, active sideline to sideline. Big tackle there. It's a pickup of maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and long. And the clock continues to run. Again, the Trojans have 1 timeout. The Crusaders have 2 timeouts.
Good job right here of just getting to the football. Downers Grove North defense is not a lazy defense. They get to the football. Great pursuit, great hustle.
3rd and 7 From the 20 now, Gray going to the air. It's intercepted. And running it back down the sideline, stepping out of bounds this time.
Pass intercepted in the end zone by number 21, Connor Crowley.
It's Connor Crowley who gets his 4th interception on the season, and the turnovers continue here at Brother Rice.
What a big interception right there. Connor Crowley, 6'1", 170-pound sophomore. Now he sits in here, but you can see the break. Get it at the highest point. Well coached right there. Go up and get it. Don't wait for it. Goes down the sideline. That's a big stop for Downers Grove North just before the half. A big stop going into the halftime, make some adjustments, saying, look, we've got some momentum going now. We held them on that last drive.
C.J. Gray, his 3rd interception of the half. And now content to just end this down just 7. Downers Grove North.
Trojans take a knee.
Will take a knee,
and that'll do it for your
and that will
football,
do it for the first half. 17. Brother Rice with a 17-10 lead on Downers Grove North. The Trojans able to just hang around as time winds off the clock, and they've got to be happy that they are only down a touchdown given what they have not been able to do on offense.
No doubt about it, Marshall. They have had their backs against the wall, and they've really done a nice job of not falling down and saying, look, you guys have been dominating the first half, and, what can we do? Woe is me. They have not done that. That's the attitude that they have, as Coach Rennie had told you. This is the kind of team that he loves to coach.
Let's go downstairs to Kalia Butler. Kalia?
Coach, this team was down to start, but not very long. Scored 3 times in the first quarter. How do you continue to keep going offensively?
Stop turning the ball over. That's it.
What's going to be the message going into the locker room after Downers Grove just got that stop?
Just do what we normally do, stick to what we do, why we're even here to begin with. Got to limit our turnovers and score when you're inside the red area.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
That'll do it for the first half. Brother Rice up 17-10 on Downers Grove North. It's been an exciting first half. Can't wait to see what happens in the second half. We're back after this. You're watching the Game of the Week on the U.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industries. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
Are you ready for the next level? Play Next Level Sports at Moraine Valley.
What's the deal with 6-7?
6-7.
What does that mean? 6-7.
6-7.
What the hell does that mean?
That means whatever the hell you want it to mean.
Let me see if I understand this. 6-7.
What does that mean?
I don't know. 6-7.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Nothing.
If nothing is your thing, then watch the original show about nothing, Seinfeld. 6 out of 7 nights a week on the U.
I think you may have something here.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. Welcome Welcome back to Game of the Week. Joined alongside me is John Rollins and Bob Albers from Brother Rice, the principal and English teacher and a man of many things at this school. Let's first talk about the environment today. Really great show. What excites you most about this game so far?
We're really blessed with the faculty and staff we have here. We're blessed with our students and our families. Everyone's really supportive of Brother Rice and our athletic program, so it's just been absolutely electric today. It's a lot of fun.
Now, you are teaching an interesting class here at Brother Rice in terms of British literature. Seniors have so many options with classes that they can take, but so many are choosing to take yours. Why do you think that is?
Wow. Well, I think probably they're maybe interested in the history of the British English language. Maybe it's me. I don't know. They're probably getting ready for college, too.
You're about to introduce them to Shakespeare. What are you guys reading first, and what excites you about introducing Shakespeare?
Well, we're going to start with some sonnets, and we're going to try to look at the form of those and Shakespeare's wit, and then we're going to get into Macbeth, which is the danger of excessive pride. Yeah, so, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to talk about with Shakespeare, so... Yep.
Exciting ones. Reminds me of my high school days and having to like, I did actually. We learned a lot about Shakespeare. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed those sonnets. So be prepared. Those are going to be really exciting. What excites you about these classes that are being offered at Brother Rice?
So our academic program is absolutely incredible. We have 25 seniors just got nominated to Illinois State Scholars. We have 20 kids that already got 30 on the ACT this year. And we do so many other things. We have 50 kids that are peer mentors for our special education program. We do more than just have athletics. We're more of an academic school, and so really proud of our boys.
What is most impressive about these student athletes that are out here? Obviously, you guys have a very high academic standard in terms of, I'm sure you may have a couple of them in your class. What is just the best thing that you have noticed about them balancing the schedule?
Yeah, what I like is just watching them succeed and watching them grow. You know, they come to us as boys, they leave as young men, and we track what they're going to, or they're predicted to get on the ACT when they come in as 8th graders, and they always outperform their predictions here when they come to Brother Rice. So, yeah, I love watching these guys succeed. It's the best.
That's it thank you guys so much for joining us. I appreciate your time. You're watching the Game of the Week. We will be back right after this.
With 80 years of neighborhood banking in Chicagoland, Marquette Bank has been there to help you achieve your financial goals.
Marquette Bank, hands down, shows up year after year after year. Every fundraiser we do, they are there to sponsor the event. They are there to work the event. They are there to help clean up the event. Marquette Bank is no longer volunteers. They are part of the Toy Box Connection family.
Celebrate Marquette Bank's 80th anniversary by visiting our website.
When Chicago's most critical infrastructure needs power, they don't just call any electrician. They call IBEW Local 134. From the city's tallest towers to its most advanced data centers, the projects that matter most trust only IBEW Local 134. Because powering Chicago isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people, safety, innovation, and the future of our city. We are the men and women of IBEW Local 134. We power Chicago with electrical excellence.
Welcome to Marquette. We're going to have first day
Welcome to Marquette. When you arrive ready for something good, you'll leave connected to something greater. Marquette University.
Weeknights on the U. Two iconic shows join forces with Chicago PD at 8.
We're going to get real honest real quick.
I have rights. You have me. And Chicago Fire at 9.
There wasn't time.
There wasn't time.
I saw something. I acted.
Twice the action. Twice the drama.
Do your job.
All Chicago.
You work for me.
I work for Chicago.
Chicago PD. Chicago Fire. Weeknights starting at 8 on the U.
Welcome back to the IHSA semifinals. Today's game is brought to you by Marquette University. Be the difference. Joined alongside me is Courtney Dement from Downers Grove North, who is the principal of the school. And on the other side of me is Dave Rose, who is the athletic director. What has excited you guys most about this game so far? Obviously, you guys are coming to travel to Brother Rice, but having quite a good turnout so far.
Yeah, it's awesome. We have so many fans here. We have a huge student section, and what is great is that our whole community supports this team and all of our sports at North, which is awesome. So we have a ton of community members here and just really excited to see everybody.
Now, if my information is correct, you have 6 recent commits at your school at the athletic level. Can you tell me a little bit about that and just the exceptional student athletes that you have at Downers Grove North?
Yeah, so we are obviously ecstatic to be here for football, state semifinals, but we have had a great fall season for all of our programs. And to highlight a lot of our commits, it's always an exciting time for our athletes to put in all the work in high school and watch that pay off and continue their athletic and academic careers at the collegiate level. So, I mean, we've had baseball players, a couple volleyball players, basketball player, all recently signed their letters of intent. And we imagine we're going to have plenty more throughout the season or throughout the year. So we're very excited for them.
Academically, a very strong program. When we're thinking of Downers Grove North, both of these schools absolutely fantastic. How exciting is that for you as a principal, and what should we know about Downers Grove North academically and athletically?
Sure. We have so many great students. Every year we are really excited to recognize our students who are just academically talented. We have so many state scholars and national merit scholars. We have a ton of athletes who are excellent students. And so I think the other piece that really sticks out for me is that we have such a strong service-minded group of students. Even over the holidays, it's really awesome to see all of them come out. We have a ton of students who are running an event on Thanksgiving Day, the Grove Express, which is really cool. And then we have so many student groups who are trying to raise money for food pantries and get a whole bunch of food and clothing for people who really need it. So again, just huge academics and service-minded students, and just is a well-rounded group of kids that we get to serve in Downers Grove.
And you've watched these athletes out on the field firsthand, obviously as the athletic director. How proud are you of them to just get to this point and be at the semifinal? Oh,
we are so proud. I mean, these kids put in so much time and so much effort. And the postseason is really the time that all pays off. So it's very exciting, and we're excited to see what happens in the second half, and hopefully we can get the win and they can continue to play. So.
Well, thank you both for joining me. We'll be back after this. You are watching the Game of the Week on the U.
Attention building and facility managers. Did you know mechanical insulation around a building's heating and cooling system is a vital resource? Insulation protects from energy loss, physical damage, and pays for itself quickly. For more than 125 years, the contractors of Heat and Frost Insulators have helped build healthier, greener, and more efficient facilities. Hire the best. Scan the QR code for a list of contractors with the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, or visit us at local17insulators.com.
Are you ready for the next level? Play next level sports at Moraine Valley.
I was a first-generation college student, so for me and my family, trying to navigate the very complicated path of trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to afford this? What are some good colleges? What's a major to pick?
I wasn't really sure that I was going to be able to afford college, so it was just kind of deciding, like, should I really go out to college or kind of look at different avenues?
There are resources and opportunities out there, and it's being able to take advantage of them, being knowledgeable about them, and reaching out for help when it's needed.
The hotline is also really great because over the summer when your school counselors aren't there for you, they aren't working, if you have any questions, you need something answered between now and before you start your college experience, you can text that number. A real person answers. It's a real-time response, and you can get all your questions answered.
My name is Kiela.
My name is David.
I'm Lauren with the Illinois Student Assistance Commission, or ISAC for short.
Choosing to go to college was one of the most important decisions that I made, and I would never regret it.
If you want to go to college, we can help you find a way to pay for it.
Today's game is brought to you by the Illinois Student Assistance Commission. College changes everything. Halftime here as Brother Rice with a 17-10 lead over Downers Grove North. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. There were legs involved. That off the foot of Brady Gomez got the scoring started at 3-0, and then some defense comes into play. The interception there by Amir White, and then a bigger interception and a return that time by Jacob Roman, a 74-yard return. That put Downers Grove North on top, but it was temporary because C.J. Gray was on his feet. Meanwhile, the defense kept on coming. We saw Torelli unable to haul that in, and more from C.J. Gray tiptoeing in. And then more leg work, this one from Baker Glob. That cuts the lead to 17-10, and the final interception of the first half was that one right there as Connor Crowley comes up with his 4th of the year. Taking a look at the halftime stats, focus on those turnovers because, Jack, if you look at just the yardage, you would think Brother Rice was cruising in this one.
Well, you've got to give a lot of credit to Downers North that they've hung in here because statistically, it's not even close. Time-wise, it's 11:40 for North and 12:20 for Brother Rice, but the rest of the statistics, which we'll get into a little later after we come back, is dramatic.
17-10, Brother Rice with the lead. Second half is coming up next. You're watching the game of the week right here on the U.
Welcome to Marquette. We're going to have first day in
When you arrive ready for something good, you'll leave connected to something greater. Marquette University.
When Chicago's most critical infrastructure needs power, they don't just call any electrician. They call IBEW Local 134. From the city's tallest towers to its most advanced data centers, the projects that matter most trust only IBEW Local 134. Because powering Chicago isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people, safety, innovation, and the future of our city. We are the men and women of IBEW Local 134. We power Chicago with electrical excellence.
With 80 years of neighborhood banking in Chicagoland, Marquette Bank has been there for the community.
So something that makes me proud of my role at Marquette Bank is the things that we're able to do to impact our neighborhoods. We're able to help children. We do a lot of adopting families at Christmas. We're able to help schools, our scholarship program. There's so many things that we do each and every day that make a big impact to the people that need it most.
Celebrate Marquette Bank's 80th anniversary by visiting our website.
Knock, knock.
Come in.
Well, all right.
Well, all right.
I'll do it.
Get out, Dave.
Weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on the U.
In trivia, it's not just what you know, but where it goes. I'm going to put that after.
Before.
Between. Now that's the perfect line. Get in the game. Weeknights at 7:30 on the U.
Today's game brought to you by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank. Jacob Roman, a big reason why Downers Grove North is only down a touchdown as we start the second half. Brother Rice with a 17-10 lead over the Downers Grove North Trojans. Marshall Harris, Jack McInerney with you here for the start of the second half. Under a minute to go before we have kickoff in the second half. And Jack, this game has been a tremendous watch so far.
Well, it really has been, and it's been a situation of field play. a running quarterback, turnovers, and the lack of movement by Downers Grove North offense, and that they stay in the ball game at this point. They just have not. They've had their back against the wall the entire first half, and they've hung in there. You got to give them a lot of credit for that. They've just been dominated statistically by Brother Rice, especially at total offense. Downers North had 39 yards total offense in that first half to 224 for Brother Rice. Downers North ran 27 plays for those 39 yards, and Brother Rice ran 42 plays for their 224 yards. And the turnovers, you know, who makes scores with possessions of those turnovers and takes advantage of them. First half, it's been Brother Rice taking advantage of them, but we got a ball game.
We do have a ball game. If Downers Grove North is going to kind of come over the hill of being down a touchdown, what do they need to do better? Because I know offensively they've struggled so much.
Well, they're going to, when they first came out in that second to the last drive, they ran the ball effectively on 3 consecutive plays. They need to do that, and I'm sure that that's something that Joe and his staff talked about at halftime. We got to get our running game going because they know that their quarterback can throw the football. But if he's getting a lot of pressure because they don't worry about the running game, it's going to be tough for them, and it's going to be tough for those receivers to get open.
All right, so just about set for kickoff here as we get ready to start the second half. It'll be Baker Glom kicking it off and looking deep. That'll be returnable this time. A rare returned kickoff as getting across the 20, now breaking free to the open field, and on the move is Demari Thigpen, finally taken down, but not before he gets out to the 30-yard line. Demari Thigpen showing you why he's the guy after a 67-yard kickoff return.
Talk about giving somebody great field position, and it's a way to do it on special teams, and certainly on the opening kickoff of the second half. Great angle right there to get him run down, and just great hustle to make that tackle. But talk about great field position to start the third quarter off with.
That's certainly not what Downers Grove North wanted. Luckily, their kicker is also a linebacker in Baker Glom, and he takes a nice open field tackle there. Let's see what happens on 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. It's a handoff. Bouncing outside is Jalen Green. He'll pick up a nice 6 yards on the play.
Now, that's been a very effective play for them throughout the ball game, and they occasionally go away from it, but they run that zone read. They bounce it. It's designed to go inside to look anyway for the linebackers to keep them inside. Then he bounces it outside, and it's been very effective. 5 and 6 yards a carry at least on that play.
They'll call that one a 5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5 from the 27. Trojans needing a stop here. Again, it's Green to the outside. Now weaving back in. Now busting to the outside, inside the 10, down to the 5 before finally being taken down that time by Will Bala.
Really a good run there by Jalen Green. Shows you why he's been so effective the entire year for Brother Rice. Again, the play goes inside. You can see a good job by that offensive line locking on people, but also kind of a poor job of tackling initially, and some good strong running by that 185-pound running back.
So a 22-yard pickup. It's 1st and goal from the 4, and just like that, Brother Rice knocking on the door. They're 3 of 4 in the red zone scoring-wise so far in this game. A couple of touchdowns and a field goal. C.J. Gray keeps himself trying to power his way, this time being stopped. It gets all the way down to inside the 1 before being stood up that time. Looked like Lesota in on the play with some friends.
Well, they bring in, I think, which is very unusual, they bring in their fridge, if you will, from the Chicago Bear look. Braden Parks comes in as kind of the fullback to lead the quarterback on the run, or the running back. He's still in there right now. 6'3", 305-pound blocking back.
The up back is Charlie Barkmeyer. And now they are into the end zone. Easy carry that time. And it's a 2-score lead once again for Brother Rice. C.J. Gray, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day.
Well, good teams take advantage of field position, and that's what they did. Great return on that opening kickoff. A good job right there by the offensive line of getting that surge into the end zone behind that 305-pound blocking back. And just a nice job there of running by Gray. He's been effective throughout the ball game. Their best running back thus far, and they've got 3 good ones, counting him.
Now the extra point up and through. It's a 24-10 lead, and maybe that is the blueprint there. No passes, just run the ball straight ahead.
Well, again, field position is so crucial, but you got to have a good running game when it comes to the playoffs. And here's a good look at their running game. And that offensive line, again, you can see the surge down the field. And those backs just getting in behind those big people. Good job right there by Davis. 190-pound running back. Coming right into your living room. Again, bouncing it outside is Jalen Green. And the thing is, you see those offensive linemen downfield getting on somebody. And they don't have to knock them down. They just get in front of them, and those backs can cut in behind them.
The back's so quick, so fast, and so powerful. 3-headed monster in the form of Gray, Green, Davis. They've been very effective. That was 4 plays, 32 yards, 1:51 off the clock. And now this kick will be returned. Thulin on the move and finally taken down just outside the 20, maybe back out to the 25. Let's go to Kalia Butler. Kalia?
When I spoke to Coach Hureni for Downers Grove North about their halftime adjustments, he said that offensively he liked what he has been seeing. The run game has been working for them a little bit, wants to continue that. But he said that he would really like to score in this half. That's obviously what they need to get done to try and outpace his Brother Rice team. He said defensively, he feels they're doing an amazing job against short fields. 3 turnovers in that first half, 1 defensive touchdown. But on the offensive end, they have to get some production going. Marshall?
All right, thank you very much, Kalia. Back to 1st and 10 now for Owen Lansu and company. Vala in motion, the give to Torelli. He gets dragged down, but a flag on the play in the backfield.
Well, Joe Hureni is always very positive from his coaching philosophy. He's very good with his players. He's right up front and obviously very honest right there.
Looks like the Trojans are going to get backed up here.
Can't afford to have that. Good shot of Joe Hureni right there.
He's got to be a little bit frustrated with the way things have gone from a penalty standpoint. Well, both these coaches really.
Well, you know, he's had a year where they've had great patience in games they've been down, because again, they play a tough schedule. And he, instead of panicking, he's got great patience. He has confidence in his players and his coaches. And they've come back to have a great season coming into this ball game based on patience and the grit that his teams show.
Here's Torelli immediately attacked in the backfield. He's not going anywhere. Several players in that time, including Charlie Barkmeyer and Cameron McGee.
Barkmeyer's their leading tackler.
That's the 3rd tackle for loss for Brother Rice.
Coming inside, just nice job of scraping off and getting up inside. They just do a nice job, and they've got those big people inside, those 2 down linemen, 99 and 98, Liggins and Parks. They both average 300 pounds. One's 295, one's 305. My math tells me that's 300-pound average.
Lansu taking a shot and connecting with Max Troja. He averages 21.3 yards a catch. He's about there on that play as that gets the first down. A much needed one for Downers Grove North. What a ball, what a catch.
Well, you can see why Minnesota's recruiting him. He gets the ball downfield, and he's under pressure when he delivers the football, and it's just a nice job right there catching the football by Max Troja.
25-yard pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 44. So we'll see how much that can spark them. It's the longest play of the game for Downers Grove North. Torelli in the backfield alongside Lansu. Lansu will quickly get it, and that one's batted down by McGee again, getting a hand up on it.
Well, they keep trying to go to that side, and anytime you got those edge rushers, again, McGee's 6'3", 240 pounds, but he's really an outstanding athlete, and of course, he's only a sophomore.
Big pause and a big problem.
It's tough to block those guys, and the thing is, he's coming right into him, so his vision is right at the quarterback. It's not like he's spinning off or going inside where he doesn't have the right angle. He's coming right at that throwing arm. And it makes it a lot easier when he watches that and comes up just as he's releasing the football.
So 2nd and 10 now. Man in motion is Oliver Thulin. The quick hit to Thulin. He's quickly dropped that time by Austin Merskos. It's a short pickup. It'll be a 3rd and long. Looks like a 3rd and 7 upcoming.
The pressure up front has been very difficult for Downers Grove North to take care of it. And one of the reasons is because it's tough for him. He's got to get rid of the ball quickly. That long pass to Troja, initially he had a little more time, but they have not been able to go over the middle between the hashes because those linebackers don't have to go anywhere because there's been a situation where they're able to drop because there's been no running game.
Just 1 for 7 on 3rd down. That one tipped, almost intercepted, unable to handle it as the pressure came from Braden Parks on that throw. Now 1 for 8 on 3rd down. Downers Grove North, they'll have to punt. It's 4th and 8.
You see the pressure coming right at him. He's got to get rid of the ball quickly. And when he's got to get rid of the ball quickly, that does not always allow the receiver to get into the zone area or settle in where he's supposed to between the corners and the linebackers.
So after their biggest play of the game, 25-yard pickup to Max Stroha, unable to keep the drive going. And now Thulin comes in to punt it away.
We saw a similar game plan last week with Mount Carmel and Lincoln Way East, where Lincoln Way East had an outstanding quarterback, and they pressured him. That was part of their great game plan, forced them to run the ball.
Now this punt received back inside the 20 and cutting to the outside is Thigpen. He's got some room, still on his feet. Now cutting back to the inside and finally tripped up. As a big-time tackle. Otherwise, that's 6 points. Jacob Vroman comes in and stops it, but not before it's a 53-yard return from Thigpen.
Talk about field position.
That is our move of the quarter, sponsored by Illinois Student Assistance Commission. And Thigpen was waiting, and once he got the ball in his hands, he found some room to run.
You could see that just that one step inside set up the wall down the sideline, and they did a nice job, and you can see how quick he is cutting back.
And now quickly the other way, another run up the middle. That time it was Davis. And now we're getting a steady diet of this ground game that was so effective in the first half. Remember, if you take away the takeaways, they were moving the ball at will.
Absolutely, and the other part of it is that it's just a running game. I mean, that offensive line is really good, and the running backs are outstanding.
Here's Davis again, slipping to the outside. He's got Pater in front of him, and he's got defenders behind him into the end zone. It's a 21-yard touchdown run for Davis.
And give credit to that offensive line of Posey, Slegler, Posty, Pericelli, and Pickles. They've done a great job this entire ball game, and those backs just run up in behind them, and they lock on people, and the quickness of the backs, big yardage.
Jamison Davis, 14 carries, 124 yards, and that big score. Now it's a 30-10 lead. Could be a 3-touchdown lead, 21-point lead after this extra point. Extra point is up. It is no good. Wide right. Let's take a look at the lights out touchdown sponsored by Marquette University. And it's Jamison Davis showing you just how quickly he can turn on the Jets.
Well, in those offensive linemen, you can see him locked on everybody, and then you just let that back run with his skill, quickness, right into the end zone. Give a lot of credit to that offensive line, and of course, to Jamison Davis for an outstanding run.
21-yard touchdown, and certainly I think the message has been loud and clear when it comes to Casey Quadenfeld about not turning the ball over. One way to cut down on the turnovers is not put in the air. We haven't seen a pass yet.
Well, when you're running the ball as effectively as they are, you don't need to, and you have two running backs that we just saw in that last picture, Davis 21 and Green 20, plus you had your quarterback C.J. Gray. You've got three outstanding running backs, and that offensive line is dominating. And we mentioned in the open, we thought that the line play was going to be the difference in today's ball game, and thus far it has been.
Certainly has been, and now coming up and kicking it away is Brady Gomez. Another kick that will be returned. Here's Thulin getting back out to the 25-yard line.
Return out to the 25.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Downers Grove North.
Well, I can guarantee you, Marshall, there's no quit in this Downers Grove North team. I've seen them play twice this year, and they were down a couple different times, and they stuck in there. They had great patience. It might be a little different situation tonight, but they're a tough, well-coached football program.
One thing they will have to do that they have been unable to do so far in this contest, find a way to get in the end zone on offense. Down by 21. Now the keeper not going far this time.
Wildcat.
Right up the middle, stopped after a short gain.
Owen Lansing was on the outside that time. Now comes back to the huddle.
Trying to get that running game going inside.
Back to Kevin Jay, who was taking the direct snap.
Jay, the ball carrier. King Williams and Charlie Parkmeyer making a stop for the Crusaders.
So now 2nd down and 9.
A lot of different formations. Downers North is giving Brother Rice, hoping that a mistake is made.
Here's Lansing rolling out to his left. Gets it out quickly to Torelli, who stays on his feet. Gets the 1st down and more. He's finally violently knocked out of bounds at the 40.
He can take some big hits. He's a tough kid. Plays both ways. He's also a wrestler. He's the 3rd brother that's played in the Downers Grove North football program. And they've got a sister that's a Division I basketball prospect at Downers North.
So you're saying there's athletes in the family?
Sounds like it.
7th first down for Downers Grove North. Pretty big hit delivered that time by Charlie Barkmeyer. But the chains keep moving. They're out in front of the 40 now. Empty backfield. Quick release that time. Vala's got it. Drops it, puts it on the ground, picked up by his teammate. He's going to carry it forward close to the 1st down.
Yep.
What a play. Johnny on the spot that time.
Take it any way you can get it.
Trojans get a 1st down, and Vala looks like at first this is going to be a turnover. Not even sure he had possession long enough to call that a catch, but Thulin picks it up and goes forward. Back to Lansu.
He's got a cannon for an arm.
He's got 4 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Empty backfield. Now man in motion is Torelli from left to right. He'll get rid of it. Pass is completed. Pick up 4 that time.
They want to set those corners up with those motions, giving them different looks. They're trying to get some single coverage, and they're trying to watch where that safety goes, which direction he goes, and that's going to set up the single coverage on one receiver or another, depending on which way he slides.
So Max Troha gets the 4-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 6, down to the 45.
Now they got 2 safeties back there. Excuse me, Marshall. You see how he's pointing out here to slide him over.
Lansu gets it out to his man and brought in for a completion that time. It's back to Max Troha.
That's exactly what they wanted to do. They got that safety to slide to the wide side of the field where the 3 receivers that opened up single coverage on the backside, and he just delivered the football right on the money. Well thrown football. Nice catch.
Another 25-yard pickup from Max Troha. That's the 2nd time they've connected for a 25-yard pickup.
Last week he had a big 50-yard catch from Lansu. They've gone back to the junior high when they played football together.
Here's Lansu, the quick out this time. Pulled in. It's a completion that time to Torelli. Make that Vala on the catch.
Pass caught by Will
Big
Bella.
target at 6'4".
Pushed out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
Best drive that Downers North has had this entire ball game.
2nd and 7 here. They're in the red zone. Desperately needing a score here, down 3 touchdowns with 4:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's Lansu with Torelli in the backfield. He'll throw it up deep, going for Thulin. just over his outstretched hands. Good coverage on the play.
For Oliver Tulin.
That time it was Barkmeyer.
Trying to throw the ball away from that safety that's trying to come over the top and help out in double coverage.
That's not a play by Austin
That's the first incompletion on this drive by Lancer. He's now 6 of 7 on the drive.
Well, that's what he's capable of, and that's what he's really done for most of the year, was those kind of statistics. Now, he was out for 4 games. He hurt his left elbow against Downers Grove South in the actually the second ball game of the year. So he was out through most of the ball game, and then he's been back for the last 6.
You can wipe that incompletion off the board. Pass interference is a call. I missed the flag coming out.
I did
there
too.
You see it on the replay. So it's first and goal.
First and goal for the Trojans.
Now the Trojans in business. Cut it back to a 1-score game here. Got the 2 tight ends on the move. And it looks like it came loose. Scramble for the ball. Officials trying to decide who has it, and it is Brother Rice football. A huge red zone turnover for Downers Grove North on what looked like their best drive of the night.
Well, you got to give credit to Brother Rice. They made the stop up front. Downers Grove was driving down the field, and they just couldn't get the ball. The surge right there, the offensive line was not able to control the line of scrimmage, and the ball was given up. Big pop right there, but you can see how free those big linemen are on the inside. Of course, they're 295 and 305 pounds. That's tough to block when the center is 215 pounds trying to block a 305-pounder.
So a 30-10 lead, and now they have the ball. Brother Rice in control of this game with 3:48 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a big stop. That would have been a good score for Downers Grove North going in there. There's a good shot of Joe Hereni talking with the officials.
They're having a conversation. Not sure what the topic is.
Joe's a good conversationalist with the officials. He's always on target. He doesn't miss very much. And,
were you a good conversationalist with officials?
Well, you know, it all depends. I wouldn't consider myself a linguist.
Okay.
Neither would the officials.
Okay.
I guess we would talk like in the trenches.
Okay.
But they're always receptive. Those officials do a great job. High school officials in Illinois are fantastic. We've had great crews in most of the games. Almost 99% of the games we've had, those guys do a great job.
Here's C.J. Gray. He'll give it up to Jalen Green. Green's got room to run. He busts out. One man to beat and tackled out of bounds. Coming up big on the play was Max Troha.
One of those Downers Grove North two-way players. Runs all those pass routes, and then he plays safety and makes a big tackle there. Again, that running game of Brother Rice is just really tough to stop.
28-yard run that time by Jalen Green. They continue to pile on the rushing yards. First and 10 now from the 35-yard line. Green still in the backfield. Here's Gray. This time fakes the throw, instead keeps it himself. He busts out to the left side. Still on his feet. Finally runs out of bounds, but not until he crosses the 40 of Downers Grove North.
Boy, is he an impressive quarterback as far as running the football. I don't know if you watch many Army games, but their quarterback runs the ball probably 8 out of 10 times, and he's fitting right into that mold to run in their particular offense. And that's coached by a coach named Munkin, whose uncle is in this area here.
38 carries for 320 yards. You can add to that another big run by Jalen Green. And Brother Rice is simply pounding the football down the field.
They really have dominated the line of scrimmage right here. You can see the lock on and semi-hold. But a good job. Those running backs run hard.
Here comes another play. This time it's Green to the left side, looking for room to run, still on his feet. Finally gets taken down, but not before he gets inside the 10-yard line.
These backs do not go down easily. Downers Grove North is a very physical team, but they're running up against a real buzzsaw here with Brother Rice.
8 and 9.
Here's Gray in the shotgun. Green still with him. Looks like a jump. No. Gray will look to the sideline.
Got plenty of time on that clock.
Here he is on the give. Green slides inside the 5 and falls forward. Another positive pickup with the run game. And another first down.
Again, so much credit needs to be given to the offensive line. You know, the backs get all the credit for the most part, scoring touchdowns and all the statistics, this and that, but rarely did the offensive linemen get any accolades, but they certainly deserve them tonight.
Here's Green again going forward, just short of the goal line. So from first and goal to second and goal, this time it'll be at the 1.
3 on the play, second and goal.
Tell you what, behind a 279-pound offensive line, I think I can score from the 1.
We'll see if it's Green or if it's Gray. It's going to be Green. He sneaks in, no problem. It's another rushing touchdown for the Crusaders as they begin to put this one out of reach with 1:40 to play in the third quarter. Now a 36-10 lead.
Total dominance as far as the line of scrimmage is concerned. They're just so darn big. Big and strong, and they help officiate.
That time it was Joe Siegler giving you the touchdown symbol, the left guard, 6 foot, 261 pounds on the lighter side if you're looking at their offensive line. The extra point is up, and it is good. Now a 37-10 lead. Today's game brought to you by IBEW, Local 134, building careers, building the future. IBEW, Local 134. Let's talk about Green on that drive. 6 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Jalen Green has had his moments. Jamison Davis has had his moments. And, of course, C.J. Gray has had his moments. It's pick your poison at this point.
Well, pick which 3 would you want? All 3 of them could be the starting running back on any team that I've seen so far this year. So now, of course, most of them wouldn't be playing behind that kind of an offensive line.
Jamison Davis has 14 carries for 124 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Jalen Green has 15 carries for 123 yards and a touchdown. That's what we call balance.
Tell me about Gray.
So Gray, he's been leading the charge because he's been a guy who started off throwing the ball more than he was rushing the ball. And he's got 14 carries for 112 yards. Oh, but he's got 3 touchdowns. As that kickoff picked up by the up man this time, Vroman, trying to stay on his feet, going from left to right, gets tripped up before he can get out to the 30.
Those are some amazing stats, and there you're looking at the 2 running backs right there. One's a senior, one's a junior, and they're just really outstanding running backs behind an outstanding offensive line. But a well-coached football team. Brother Rice is just a good, solid football program. Plays an extremely tough league in that Catholic League Blue division. Their only loss in the season was their 6th game of the year to Mount Carmel, who they gave a good game to, and came down to the 4th quarter.
Now stuck in the backfield quickly that time by Cameron McGee, and yeah, that'll get a flag out as Kevin J didn't get anywhere. He lost yardage, but then McGee hovered over him. And that'll bring out an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Good job by the officials. They're not going to allow any of that to get out of hand, because sometimes in games like this, you know, kids can get frustrated, especially when the score gets a little out of hand.
Unsportsmanlike against the defense.
So Joe Ewers giving that unsportsmanlike conduct. 15-yard penalty. That'll go against Cameron McGee again. Just a bit of taunting there.
Good call by the officials. Absolutely a good call.
No place for that at any level on the football field. And now a bad snap or inability to hold on to it anyway. Owen Lansu, they'll go backwards. It's a big fumble. It's a loss of 15 yards.
Loose.
Just a tough night for the Trojans at Downers Grove North. They run up against a buzzsaw. You know, some nights you play against a team that is playing their best game of the year. And right now, it just certainly seems like Brother Rice is doing that. And Downers Grove North is not playing as well as they've played most of the year, but their opponent has a lot to do with that.
Now downfield to Troja again, a one-handed catch, and that is a thing of beauty. As Max Troja, showing you why he's such a big play weapon, gets nearly all of that 25 yards back on one play. It's a 22-yard pickup.
Last week in the ball game, he had a 50-yard catch that led into one of their big touchdowns, but just a great catch right here. Really a good athlete, and Troja, of course, Lance, who put the ball right on the money for him.
And on that play, on the coverage, Amir White was right there, but nothing you can do about that. Troja, by the way, 5 catches, 61 yards. 3 of those catches over 20 yards apiece.
Well, coming into the year, he's had 43 catches.
Big 3rd and 3 here. Trying to lean forward, nothing doing this time. And a big stop by Brother Rice. That'll bring up 4th down.
Tough matchup up front to try and run in between the 2 tackles. Real tough physical matchup.
So 4th down. Let's see if they run a play here. Under 15 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter.
That would surprise me if they did.
They're going to talk this one over. Time will go off the clock, and that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. Brother Rice outscoring Downers Grove North 20-0 in the 3rd quarter. They're up 37-10. You're watching the game of the week on the U.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
I was a first-generation college student, so for me and my family, trying to navigate the very complicated path of trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to afford this? What are some good colleges? What's a major to pick?
I wasn't really sure that I was going to be able to afford college, so it was just kind of deciding, like, should I really go out to college or kind of look at different avenues?
There are resources and opportunities out there, and it's being able to take advantage of them, being knowledgeable about them, and reaching out for help when it's needed.
The hotline is also really great because over the summer when your school counselors aren't there for you, they aren't working, if you have any questions, you need something answered between now and before you start your college experience, you can text that number. A real person answers. It's a real-time response, and you can get all your questions answered.
My name is Kiela.
My name is David.
I'm Lauren with the Illinois Student Assistance Commission, or ISAC for short.
Choosing to go to college was one of the most important decisions that I made, and I would never regret it.
If you want to go to college, we can help you find a way to pay for it.
Are you ready for the next level? Play Next Level Sports at Moraine Valley.
Today's game is brought to you by the Illinois Student Assistance Commission. College changes everything. Back here at Brother Rice, where the Crusaders lead the Trojans 37-10. All because the 3rd quarter was all Crusaders. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and now they're up by 27 points, Jack.
You got 3 running backs that one has 124 yards, another back has 123 yards, and the quarterback has 112. So, you're talking about well over 300 yards by your 3 running backs. That's just amazing. Most teams don't have that kind of a stat through the whole ball game.
We know that.
And that's just running. We're not counting passing yardage in any of that.
CJ Gray getting kind of a preview of what he'll be doing at West Point next year, because that's what they do, is they run the ball quite well. And now on a big play, unable to connect that time with his big play target, Max Strohal, on 4th down. The ball was there, but the coverage was better that time. Good job by Amir White.
Brother Rice is an all-around good football team. There's kind of a frustrated Joe Herreni. He knows that he's kind of run up against a buzzsaw tonight. They've had a great year. He's done a great job of coaching. His staff is outstanding. And Brother Rice is just one heck of a football team. That's why they're ranked #1 in 7A right now.
Back to the ground game, you would assume. Jamison Davis now in the backfield alongside C.J. Gray. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line after the turnover on downs. Hand off to Davis. Tries to get through the crease. Unable to get there, but does pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Those first down plays is something that Downers North's not been able to do on first down. Been not real effective for Downers North. On the other hand, Brother Rice has just dominated first down.
Here's Davis again on 2nd and 4 in the backfield. C.J. Gray this time. He'll give it up to Davis to the right side. Gets through. Trying to fall forward for a first down, but gets stacked up late. Good second effort there by the Trojans. That time it was Jacob Roman on the stop.
I'm just really impressed with Davis and Green. They're just really quick. Got really quick feet. They give you the look of going inside, and then they bounce it outside. And the linemen just lock on people, and they're able to run in those seams.
Here Davis turns into a blocker. It's Gray. He's got room on the edge. Gets to the outside, inside the 25. It's a first down and more.
Pushed out of bounds by number 10.
Now the question I have is, I think it might be a rhetorical question. Will a pass be attempted by Brother Rice in the second half?
And I think the question and the answer to be why.
Okay, that's a good answer.
It's a short answer.
Yeah. 16 yards on that play. As Gray continues to rack up his yards as well. Here's Davis up the middle, not much there. Falls forward to the 20, so it's still going to be a pickup of 2, maybe 3.
Notre Dame had the 4 horsemen. Brother Rice has the 3 horsemen.
Okay. I can see it.
Well, based on the stats, I'd call it the 3 stallions.
Certainly getting the job done. Here's, again, Gray goes to the air, wide open, but unable to hold on that time. Was Brendan Dickman. He was wide open because just like they had lulled us to sleep with the runs, the pass was right there.
That's exactly what happens when you have a strong running game like that. You get receivers that are so wide open that they're in shock that the ball's being thrown.
60 plays for Brother Rice, 407 total yards. Most of that, of course, coming on the ground. So they missed the opportunity to get the touchdown pass. Here Gray powering forward himself, tripped up, but falls forward down to about the 18-yard line. That will bring up a 4th down. See what they decide to do here.
18-yard line.
Jalen Green in the game. I think they're going to go for it on 4th and 5 from the 18.
4th down.
And nearly a call. Did not get it, though.
Well, they forget that the defensive lineman can move as long as they don't go across the line of scrimmage. So that's not get carried away sometimes with that movement.
And now Joe Herreni opts to take a timeout so the Trojans can talk things over. Don't forget, you can watch all the IHSA state final games live right here on the U. Thanksgiving weekend, Friday, November 28th, we will bring you Class 1A through the 4A competitions. And then we'll do it all again on Saturday, this time taking you through Class 5A and 8A. It's all at Illinois State, and it all starts at 10 a.m. each day on the U. Jack McInerney, Marshall here. So we'll have 1A and 2A on Friday, and then come back with 5A and 6A on Saturday. So 4 games in 2 days. Nice little doubleheader action.
Oh, absolutely. Bring a sandwich.
I'll bring several.
Good. I like extra mayo on mine.
Okay. We'll see if we can arrange that. But certainly, if you're hungry for some football, that's a good time to just sit down and just watch 4 straight games.
Well, you know, in the Chicago area, used to the bigger teams, but it is really fun downstate with the 1A and 2A. They play outstanding football. It's really fun to call those games because it's just good football. Most of those kids go both ways, but I'll tell you what, they're great condition.
Now on 4th and 5, going for it. Gray back to the air, goes up, and a penalty flag making 2 come out because there was definitely some holding there, probably pass interference, as the intended target that time, Lucas Strang, couldn't quite get free, and there was a reason.
Well, Connor Crowley kind of grabbed on. He made that big interception at the end of the first half there, but there he got kind of have a conversation with the officials.
Okay, so it's going to be a defensive holding, not a pass interference. Either way, it's still a first down, and now move it inside the 10-yard line.
Kind of interesting, but the difference between those two calls can be a very fine line.
Certainly there, they felt like he was holding well before the ball was thrown. And now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9. It's Davis back in alongside Gray. Just a matter of who's going to get to touch the ball. This time it will be Davis scrambling, trying to shift. Instead, he'll be taken down about the 6-yard line, pick up a 3.
Inside to the 6-yard line, gain of 2 yards on the play. 2nd and goal.
Officials trying to do a nice job of breaking up that gang tackle.
Clock continues to run now under 9 minutes to play. It's a 27-point lead for Brother Rice. They're trying to add on to that. This drive's already taken 3 minutes off the clock. Here's Gray. Davis this time. No, Gray will keep it. He's going to find a lane, and he's into the end zone. He's got his 4th rushing touchdown of the day. This one from 7 yards out.
I am so impressed with him as a running back. And I have watched Army games on TV quite often. I enjoy watching Army against Navy and against the Air Force, so on and so forth. And their quarterback runs the ball, as I mentioned before, about 8 out of every 10 plays. And this young man is going to be interesting to watch with his college career at Army.
4 possessions, 4 touchdowns this half for Brother Rice.
Oh, we got a...
Now they decide to go for it. And getting in this time is Cameron McGee, because why not? Cameron McGee gets the 2-point conversion. It's a 45-10 lead, letting the defensive end have a little bit of fun on offense.
Well, it's fun for Brother Rice, but it's kind of, Downers North doesn't look like it. They're trying to be that charitable with it.
All right, time to remind you that there's another exciting game every weeknight on the U. The Perfect Line, a fast-paced competition game show hosted by Deborah Norville. Airs weeknights at 7:30. Do not miss it. 45-10, 8:36 to play here in the IHSA Class 7A semifinal. Brother Rice putting the finishing touches on a game that will send them downstate to play in a state championship game.
Well, with that said, you got to give a good shout out to the coaches for Downers Grove North. They have done a great job. Keith Lichtenberg, the defensive coordinator, Josh Croce, the offensive coordinator, Chad Isaacson, the special teams, Bill Kleckner, linebackers, Chris Garrardi, D-Bags, Dave Garrardi, wide receivers, Rob Olson, defensive line, offensive line rather, Will Coltonbeck, defensive line, Carlos Barber, running backs, Greg Purnell, tight ends, Mike Ritchie, strength and conditioning. All those guys have been with Joe now these last couple of years. And remember, Downers North has been in the semis 2 of the last 3 years. So you got to give a lot of credit to that coaching staff. They've done a great job over Downers North. But you're running into a buzzsaw here with Brother Rice. I mean, they're just outstanding. And they've been obviously well coached and playing in a very tough league.
Again, the second half has been all Brother Rice. It was a 17-10 game at the break. 45-10 now. They've been outscored 28-0 since the break. And Downers Grove North didn't have much of an offense in the first half, and they had one impressive drive, but then a turnover ended that one in the red zone. Outside of that, though, hasn't been much going for the Trojans. Now, Lansuin gets it over, and that was well short, dangerously close to being intercepted. As in the area right there was Damari Thigpen.
Well, that's a timing route, and the timing's been a little off for Downers Grove North, and part of it is due to the pressure that they're getting up front, because it's just an out route, and it's just kind of underthrown a little bit, but he threw it a little sooner than he wanted to.
Just 13 of 33, and also with 2 interceptions is Owen Lansu. And these are high-quality quarterbacks we're talking about that have had difficulty throwing today. Now the handoff, and looking to get to the inside, Kevin Jay takes it all the way out to the 26-yard line.
Handoff goes to number 27.
You know, a shout-out also to Aiden Sulky. Salicki, 6'5", 265-pounder offense and defensive line. He's been out of the ball game for the last several weeks for Downers Grove North, and he's an impact player. He's on his way to Purdue, but he hasn't been able to play in the last 4 ball games, and that's really impacted Downers Grove North as far as defensively and offensively, as far as the line of scrimmage is concerned.
Yeah, at the time he was hurt when he tore his ACL back in week 6. He had 37 tackles, 3.5 sacks. So certainly impactful, and they've missed him and overcome really his loss to get to this point in the season.
Absolutely.
To get all the way to the semifinals.
I had gone to practice this week to watch Downers North, and I talked to him on the sideline, and he's been really devastated that he's been out and hasn't been able to play. But a great attitude, outstanding player. He was an all-state selection from the Coaches Association. But that's a big loss for a team that when you have a Division I player, you got to take advantage of his abilities.
Here's Oliver Thulin on for the point. Damari Thigpen coming up to get it. That actually touched a Brother Rice player, and I think Brother Rice was able to recover it, but that was a free-for-all right there, and the Downers Grove North players didn't realize it until it was too late.
And that's a coaching point there for the Brother Rice staff. They're halfway out on the field right now. There's no reason he's even near the ball.
So Oliver Thulin's 6th punt comes up almost in disaster for Brother Rice, but they're able to recover, and now up by 35 points.
Got a lot of new people in here. A lot of fresh faces.
That starts with the quarterback out there, Rocco Galasso, who hands it off, and hit hard in the backfield this time is Josh Garcia.
Also having an entirely new offensive line in there.
Trying to protect their guys for next week and a shot at the state championship.
And they will be playing. Batavia got beat by St. Rita. So it'll be another conference game for the most part. And actually, Brother Rice already played St. Rita in the 3rd ball game of the year and beat them 28-10. So they'll be seeing them in the state championship game.
Both teams trying to take that conference rivalry to another level. Here's Galasso, gives it off to Garcia again. Tackled in the backfield. That time another tackle by Joe Lasota, who has been everywhere. He's got to be the leading tackler on the day.
Outstanding player. They've had a great year. It's tough to go down this way in the semifinals. You know, if you get beat in the quarterfinals, you got beat. But here you get beat in the semifinals, and you'll never get over that one more time and we would have been in the state championship game. That's the tough one to swallow.
Now at 3rd and 13, they need to get down to the 42-yard line of Downers Grove North. Here's Galasso. See if he'll turn it loose. Nope, he'll hand it off. And once again stacked up will be Garcia. He will not get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be a 4th and long. And the punt team will come on for Brother Rice with just over 5 minutes to play.
There's going to be a lot of good games downstate next weekend. Fenwick apparently beat Nazareth 28-27, I understand.
Yeah, 1-point win.
And a lot of people thought, oh, that's a state championship game right there. Fenwick against Nazareth, because Nazareth has won 3 out of the last, I think, 4 state championships.
Now the punt is off and away for Brady Gomez. Takes a bounce. Thulin will pick it up. Looking for some running room. Gets to the edge. Still on his feet. Nice block there. Keeps going down the left sideline. Now the flags come on. Blocking the back action perhaps there.
Yeah, good run back. He's going to go back. Downers Grove North can't catch a break.
Thulin made a couple of guys miss.
Yes, he did.
Got one good block. Now waiting for Joe Ewers to tell us what's going on. And it is a block in the back against the receiving team. So they'll march that one back. And this game has been all about defense from anybody and everybody, especially in the first half of this game.
No doubt about it. Gang tackling, people all over the field. Division I front by Downers or by the Crusaders. They take advantage of every opportunity they've been given. Deflections, interceptions, sacks, tackles for losses.
Cameron McGee has quite a tape that he put together just on this game alone.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, by the way, this is my sophomore year state semifinal game.
Well, how many more offers can he get? He's a sophomore. He's got 30 offers already by Notre Dame, Ohio State, Texas, LSU. Can I continue to go or no?
You know what's funny about that is that he's got what seems like not as many offers as other guys. But when you see the frontline offers, other schools are just not offering because why bother?
Well, right, because he might have already made an impact as to where he might be interested in going. He's been rated the #1 player as far as defensive lineman in the class of 2028 in Illinois. And Brother Rice has him on their field as a sophomore. It's amazing.
To have him for 2 more years, I can only imagine if this is what he looks like now, what he'll look like his senior year.
Well, it's 240. Well, the thing is, he's 6'3". So that 240, he could probably go up to about 250. But the thing is, these athletes nowadays are so well conditioned in that weight room. They put on weight, and people say, well, he's going to get heavier, he's not going to be any quicker. They have all kinds of agility drills and speed drills that they do, so they stay lean and mean, and they're always quick when they're putting weight on.
So now first down situation. Owen Lansu back into the ball game. Kevin J back there with him, now looking to pass, gets it off quickly. It's I believe on the move. He gets taken out. Actually, that's Will Vala. And he was taken down hard that time. Several players in on that, including Jack Badke. So they have the subs in on defense as well. Brother Rice.
Well,
first down that time.
It's been a physical game for both teams. I mean, you don't look at the scoreboard. You think the tackling has been very effective when it's made. Unfortunately, Downers North has missed a few by the long runs that the running backs have had for Brother Rice, but it's been a physical game.
Now Lansu pushes one downfield. That's overthrown. Looking for Oliver Thulin on that play, but he overshot him by about 4 yards.
Well, part of that throw right there about being over about 4 yards is the fact that he probably had to throw it 2 steps sooner than he wanted to because of the pressure he was getting up front.
So now a 3rd and
We'll make
it 2nd and 10.
Crusaders.
So 2nd and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Handoff this time to Jay. He's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for maybe 2 on the play.
Tripped up at the line of scrimmage. An unknown Crusader.
Clock continues to run. Under 4 minutes to play now. Brother Rice in control, 45-10. As Owen Lansu just could not get comfortable in this game. That front, again, 4 players on it, 3 of them with multiple Division I offers. And leading the way, King Liggins, who's an Illinois recruit, but really the guy who's popped the most today as that pass off the mark was Cameron McGee. He was all over the place.
Well, just kind of very frankly, a physical mismatch. When you look at the size of offensive and defensive lines for Brother Rice going up against the undersized defensive and offensive lines of Downers Grove North. Not that the they're not good players. They're just oversized. It was like 20 pounds a man.
We saw Colin Murphy, the right tackle, 6'3", 250-pound junior, trying to stop Cameron McGee all game long, but only 10 pounds difference there, and McGee's just got that build. As another pass, this one.
Wow, what a catch.
And now on the run, finally tripped up, but not before getting almost down to the 30-yard line that time. Joey Serpico makes a huge play. The catch, first and foremost, was spectacular, and then to gather and keep running.
You can see the arm that Owen Lanso has, but nice catch right there by Serpico.
37-yard pickup on that play. And the big stop by Brother Rice to save a touchdown.
Joey Serpico's only a junior, so we got a good receiver coming back. And
here's Lansu again, looking to throw down the field once again. That time, it's broken up.
These defensive backs of Brother Rice are really good. Spesky, Arskokos, Lockett, White, very quick. We get a different group in here, but the original group, there wasn't a lot of room between receivers and the ball. Those defensive backs were right on tight to those receivers.
Hand off to Jay to the left side. He's got some room there. Cuts back to the right. Now leans forward almost to the 20-yard line before getting taken down. It's a first down pickup.
And up to number 27.
Good run right there.
Works his way around his end.
Like we mentioned, Downers Grove North is going to play hard right up until the last whistle.
Tough for this group of seniors that we've seen on display today. Owen Lansu, the headliner, is that handoff is given once again to Jay. He'll fall forward, but Caden Chiarelli, Oliver Thulin, captains on this team. And you just wonder, are they going to be able to reload? But, Kevin Jay did an admirable job filling in when Owen Lansu was out. He's only a junior.
Well, Joe Hereni and the staff has done a great job. Last year they were 10-2. The year before, they played in the state championship game against Mount Carmel. So the last 3 years they've been very successful.
Here's Lansu. Held up that time, unable to get it to Thulin. That'll stop the clock with 1:34 to play. Bring up a third down and 4 from the 15. Downers Grove North trying to get on the board here late.
Yeah, they want to go out on a positive note, which is, easy to say but hard to do when you're looking at the scoreboard.
10th play of the drive coming up. So finally able to get down the field. They did this earlier in this half, but then turned it over. And now catching it late, Will Vala able to hold on and get into the end zone. It's a 15-yard touchdown, so they do get back on the board.
Well, the tough part about all of this is, you're talking about the seniors, Marshall, and the fact that if this was a regular season game, we can say, okay, we played up against a really tough team, and it's gonna be we'll be able to rebound next week. Well, there is no next week, and it's the last one for these seniors, and it's always tough playing an away game, your last game. But they've had a great year. They've had a great career there because they've been very successful the last 3 years, including this year.
So now the extra point upcoming for Baker Glom. It is up. It is good. It's a 45-17 game. So Downers Grove North, they had a 7-3 lead early after a big 74-yard interception return. But since then, it had been all Brother Rice, basically. Good time to remind you, you can catch Brother Rice next weekend. In fact, you can watch all the IHSA state final games live right here on the U. Thanksgiving weekend, it all starts on Black Friday. November 28th, we will bring you Class A through Class 4A competitions. Then on Saturday, we'll do it again, another quadruple header. On November 29th, Class 5A through 8A taking the field at Illinois State. It all starts at 10 a.m. each day on the U.
There's going to be a lot of really good matchups next weekend. lots of good matchups. The 1A and 2A games, some of those teams that are already there are teams that have been down there that have great programs. So you're going to see some solid football on Friday. And then, of course, you've got the 3 and 4A on Friday, and then some local teams will be in that. And then, of course, on Saturday, you're getting some of the teams that we've seen up here in the Chicago area with some of the larger programs, and there's some outstanding teams, including Mount Carmel, who some people say is, and I'm not a big fan of this term, generational, as far as...
As in once a generation?
Yeah, come on, give me a break. They're really outstanding this year, but let's not get crazy with this generational stuff.
Well, people have said that Jordan Lynch has his best team that he's had since he's been there.
Okay, say that.
Okay, that's coming up short of saying.
Right, he hasn't been coaching for a generation.
Okay, that's fair as well.
But they're good. I mean, we saw that last week.
They are good. And it was interesting. We saw them last week. We saw them against Loyola in the final week of the regular season. And, of course, they struggled really with Loyola.
I was just going to say, they looked better, a lot better. They were really peaking last week. It'd be interesting to see them against Brother Rice. I mean, that'd be a pretty good matchup. They had a good ball game in the 6th game of this regular season. So who knows? It's going to be an interesting weekend. A lot of good football.
We will be there. We've got you for 1A and 2A on Friday. We've got you for 5A and 6A on Saturday. Handoff here to Garcia. Finally gets some positive yardage as he picks up 4 yards. Clock continues to run as we approach a minute.
Gain of 4 on the play. Sam.
Second down and 6 now. And if you are Casey Quadenfield, you have to be feeling really good about where your team is and how they responded in this game after not playing a perfect first half.
Absolutely. His point that he made about the turnovers and whatever, he certainly made the adjustments at halftime. And, that's a good football staff, that they make those adjustments at halftime, and the kids relate to it, and they realize they're being well coached. And he's done a great job here at Brother Rice, and boy, he's got a good football team this year.
And now that will do it, as the play clock is no longer needed. 2 teams will come out and congratulate each other. Brother Rice, a dominant 45-17 win over Downers Grove North. The Trojans fought hard to keep it a touchdown game at the break, but it was all Brother Rice in the 3rd quarter. And the Crusaders will head downstate to play for the 7A title. So this has been a good one to watch. CJ Gray certainly did his thing, and he had help. When you look at 3 different players rushing for over 100 yards each in Jalen Green and Jamison Davis.
Yeah, they've really got a 3-headed monster there in the backfield. And I would imagine they're going to work on this week their passing game a little bit.
Let's go downstairs to Kalia Butler. Kalia.
CJ, a comfortable semifinal win, largely due to you contributing to 4 touchdowns. How were you guys able to get it done today?
I would give big credit to my O-line. They just moved guys, playing fast and physical, and then the running backs just ran hard. So it's a great win today.
You're headed down to state. You get to play St. Rita. What do you like about that matchup?
It's going to be a great game. They're a tough defense. They got guys on offense, so it's going to be a shootout, good fight, but my guys are ready for it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Guy.
Thank you, Kalia. This is our player of the game, sponsored by Marquette Bank. It is CJ Gray. What a game for him. 70 carries, 137 yards, and 4 touchdowns on the ground, Jack.
He's a special back, no doubt about it. Be interested to see, again, his college career, but I'll be interested to see how he plays next week against St. Rita. It's always tough to play a team twice in the same season, but I can't even imagine playing the same team the second time in the state championship game.
They are 2 teams who are familiar with each other. Again, Gray had a rough first half from a passing standpoint, finishes the game 4 of 13, 2 interceptions, but makes up for it with his legs as he gets the job done, and Brother Rice gets the win. So we will see Brother Rice next week at the IHSA state championship games 1A through 8A. They'll be playing for the 7A title, Jack.
It'll be a game I'd like to see, but we'll probably be able to see it afterwards.
All right, that'll do it for us here for the entire broadcast crew at WCIU. Thanks for watching the game of the week once again. Brother Rice, a 45-17 win in the state semifinals in 7A.